Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited for you to join us this afternoon as we raise funds for Trans Lifeline while playing Dimension 20's Never Stop Blowing Up. Trans Lifeline is an amazing grassroots hotline and micro grants nonprofit organization that offers direct emotional and financial support to trans people in crisis. Truly, it's an organization for the trans community by the trans community. And unfortunately, right now we're in a time where trans organizations are in dire need of support. So I'm going to put our link into the chat right now. If you are able to, we would really appreciate you going to our Tiltify link and donating what you can. You'll see some really fun incentives while you're there. In fact, if you donate $10, you can gift a reroll to our player pool. If you donate $25, you can gift Dynamite to our player pool. Players will get a random weapon or explosive that Reed has put together. For a donation of $35 or more, you can make a player roll on the Calamity table, and you actually get to pick who. Our Calamity table is very similar to a Wild Magic Surge table. For a $50 donation or more, you can name the next NPC, and for $100 or more, you can make everyone, including Reed, roll on the Calamity table. Our first $150 that is donated today is matched by Bogus Cheesecake. They're an amazing Alaskan-based TTRPG company that makes unique content and systems. You should definitely check them out. And for everyone who donates today, and throughout the stream series, we have another tomorrow, Monday, and Wednesday. You'll get entered to win a free t-shirt from Session Zero. With that being said, friends, my name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. We already have our first $100 donation. Thank you so much. That is so incredibly generous. Wow. So everybody, I guess while I'm introducing myself, probably roll your D100 for that calamity roll. Again, my name is Jess, and my pronouns are they, them, theirs. And today I am playing Princess Michael Triceratops, who uses she, her pronouns. Um, they're just a regular Triceratops that wears a crown and gets kidnapped semi frequently. Oops. And with that being said, I will popcorn things over to John John.
Hello, I'm John John. I use they, any pronouns, and I am playing the Arrow Ace, a Pteranodon pilot. Where'd it go? I got a prop. We got prop work today. It's very top end pilot. Let's go. So yeah, I will popcorn it over to Apollo.
Hey everyone, my name is Apollo. I'm an Irish, let's get it, cosplayer, voice actor, TTRPG person in general. And today I will be playing Hohenheim, superhero name, The Alchemist. He is a Breaking Bad, a show that I have not watched, as alchemist from the prehistoric era. And he has a necklace of a bunch of fruits, flowers, and leaves that give him different alchemical and super cool abilities. And I will send it over to Diana.
Hi, I am Diana Faye, also known as Diana the Rose. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing Stellara, also known as Stella, who has a nickname of the Fortress. And she also uses she, her pronouns, and is an Ankylosaurus. Has kind of like these dullish, grayish brown, grayish blue scales and a little bow attached onto her tail. That it's unknown how it got there. Theories are that she hired a dragonfly or something to tie it on. But that's me. Oh, right, and popcorning. Chrissy, go ahead.
Oh, hi. I'm Chrissy in color. She, they pronouns for me, and I'm playing Iggy, aka Venom Vamp. They are a Dilophosaurus. They use they, she pronouns, and they are gonna be kind of like the little criminal of the group, the little troublemaker. Speaking of troublemaker, that is amongst the list of abilities that she took, just to give you an idea of the vibe. She is here to stir the pot, stir the cauldron, as it were, and that is the vibe. I am so ready to rumble, and yeah. Gonna Wait, I feel like John, you already did yours. Right? Okay. So we go back to Jess up here.
I don't think so.
Wait, what? No?
I think it's
Did you?
me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm playing everyone else. Hello, I am Reed. I'll be the game runner for tonight. Today, wherever you are in the world, I love you, and time is an illusion. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm excited to be playing the space, the stars, the moon, and every other dinosaur who is not a part of this kick-ass cast. Yeah, with that, I think, are we ready to launch on in, or do we need some calamity rolls at the top here? Does everyone need to roll a D100, Jess?
Yeah. That is something that we need to do, but I was busy typing in some thank yous. So if we could all start our character introductions, with you running that, as we introduce the characters, we can have people name off their roles, and I will shout out what the thing is.
With pleasure. So without further ado, let's get started. We find ourselves a million years in the past of today. The vastness of space surrounds this wonderful blue marble, home to all kinds of life. And as we come in closer, we see a large ball of fire stream across the sky. On the ball of fire, there are, of course, flames painted on to make it go ever faster towards this lovely planet called Earth. But our characters don't know about that right now. As of right now, that's not the important thing. As we move in to Hohenheim. Hohenheim, what are you doing on this particular day? Everyone is having a meetup at the watering hole, this area of a lush valley, but you might not be there right now. Where is Hohenheim at the start of the day?
I think at the start of the day, Hohenheim was like, okay, everyone's going to the watering hole. That gives me time to cause some, to see what I can come up with for the day. So, around the corner from the watering hole, there is a little alcove in the forest, and laid out almost like in a circle. I have it set up in a very weird way, where I have a little circular area
Right.
where I have a bunch of leaves and flowers and fruits laid out. Then there's a central fire pit, and then above there's just like a spit that's slowly turning. How I did this with my big old dinosaur hands? Don't ask me that. Match my energy here. I'm an inventor. So, I am Hohenheim begins the day. He has a necklace of the combinations of these leaves and flowers and berries that have yielded good results. What good means, I don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna
But
find.
I think he starts the day just being like, okay, you and you. And he just picks two random leaves and berries and he just puts them on the spit and lets them turn a little bit. And then he's gonna take his massive brontosaurus neck down and just start munching, see what happens.
I think this is the perfect time to make that calamity check. Please roll me a D100.
Oh no, why?
Because
I do want to point out that we just hit the matching gift threshold, so I am going to go in and make that donation. Thank you all so much. We've been streaming for 16 minutes. This is really cool.
Thank you.
And again, shout out to Bogus Cheesecake for being our matching gift sponsor.
So that was a 37 from me on the calamity roll.
37. Amazing. And it's as you are munching and as Jess is able to look up on the table, you hear a knock at the door, but just a thwack. And you hear, "Hey, Hohenheim, let me in. It's me." You would know that this is the voice of Dante, the crocodile who comes to visit every once in a while. Jess.
Reed, I'd love to know what Dante thinks of Hohenheim turning iridescent in color, and it's lasting for the remainder of the session.
I love that. You become gamer keyboard color, to be the best way I could describe it. As he bursts in, uses his big old snout to just kind of bust the door, and he goes, "Whoa, Hohenheim. Hohenheim.
What?
I didn't know that you were into those kind of techno dance parties that the Raptors are throwing these days. That's not really my scene, but
Is there something on my face? That's
it's
his
on
voice.
your whole body, dude.
What do you mean? Did the concoction have an effect on my body?
He grabs a giant shell full of water and just kind of nudges it over for you to look at your reflection.
Great heavens, I'm beautiful.
I'm just saying, your skincare routine is working. If I could just get a little something of that, I think the ladies might appreciate a bit of an iridescent crocodile, if you know what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. I'm gonna just grab a little bit of the concoction. I'm just gonna spit it onto like one of my dinosaur hands, and I'm just gonna rub it on his head to see what happens.
Make me a tech check. I'm gonna say this is a DC 4. You're gonna be rolling me a D4 as we're at the start of the game.
Okay, tech check.
Yeah.
That is only a 2.
Only a 2. All right. Are you spending turbo tokens, or are you gaining a turbo token for this failure?
I think I'm gonna gain a turbo token, and if he's not yassified, so be it.
So be it. You rub it on Dante, and 1 second, let me make a quick roll for Dante. He looks in the pool. He's not iridescent. He's just smeared in very much, and he goes, "Dude, I don't look as good as you, but check me out. It's my hot girl summer!" And he then runs out the fastest that he can to the watering hole, covered in berry juices, essentially.
I love that, man. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna add the little the combination onto my little necklace, and I'm just gonna because I have a writing system that I designed for myself. It came to me in a dream. I'm just going to write yassified. I'm just gonna keep that on my little necklace, and then I'm gonna march myself down to the watering hole with a little bit too much shoulder, just being like, "Look at my neck, I'm so beautiful."
Everyone is swooning and awing as you are going iridescent reds, blues, pinks, as your light flashes into our camera, and we are going to move over to Iggy. Iggy, what are you doing on this morning before you're heading out to the watering hole? Everyone's having a meetup. Everyone's going to be having a chill time. But what is Iggy doing right now? You're also muted, by the way.
Yep, sorry, Mowgli
All good.
decided that he wanted to chat. All right. I think Iggy and their cadre are out terrorizing some smaller critters. Out doing a little chase, a good morning romp. They're not even hungry. They're just, again, stirring the pot.
I love that.
So yeah, I think you see them running through the underbrush, like kind of squeaking at each other and just having causing a little bit of chaos, having a little bit of fun.
How many people are in your troop this morning? How many guys do you have? How many boys are you rolling with?
I think there's 5 of us total. I got 4 lads.
You're 4 lads moving in perfect, effortless coordination. Actually, that's not for me to decide. That's for the dice to decide. Can you do me a favor? Let's give me either a stunts or a drive check. I'll say a DC 3.
Okay. So I start with the D4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that is a 4.
That blows up. Please do me a favor. Roll me a D6. You immediately get to roll your graduated dice. Congratulations on your blow up.
Amazing. That is a 1. So 5 total?
5 total. That's still very good. And this was stunts or drive? Which one were you doing today?
I think we'll go with stunts.
Amazing. You and your lads, perfect unison. You are moving through giant fallen off logs. You see Stamper, one of your second-hand lads, jumping on a tree, pushing it over. You're able to quickly parkour off of it overside. And you see this little raptor just going, "Hey guys, cut it out! Come on, guys!" As he is just trying to outrun all of you. And you are stirring the pot. People are trying to go through their morning routines, and there's a collapse on the main trail. Traffic's gonna be insane now. Who would have done this?
Give us your lunch money.
Oh, come on. Okay, guys. And he just throws a coconut. There you go. I'm a raptor. I eat meat, but I use coconuts for currency. Don't read into it. Do me a favor. Can you make me a calamity check as you are parkouring off of trees and such?
Okay. All right. So that's the one that I roll the
D100
percentile. Okay.
Yeah.
40.
40. It is as you are running. How are you doing this expert final troublemaker move as this little raptor is throwing coconuts back towards you?
I think I think they leap and like spread their neck frills out with a
Perfect.
big old dino grin on their face.
You know, Chrissy, I'd love to hear how they feel about witnessing a shooting star in the broad daylight. Very on theme for this game.
Very
I
on theme for this
know.
game.
I think that they like they're mid jump and they look up and they see this flash and they like I don't think that that's something that they've really noticed or seen before, so they like that's when they like fumble their leap and land like face first and do a little tumble.
Uh, tumble. Dirt sprays up very artistically across the camera as you hear Saber go, Iggy, that's rough. It's okay. Rub some more dirt in it. You'll be okay. You'll be all right. And he's just nudging you up with his little head.
I meant to do that. What are you talking about?
Make me a hot check, DC2. This is how charismatic can you be to be like, that was meant for you. That was purposeful.
That was it too.
That was a 2. You know, I gotta try that move. I gotta try it. Let me try it. And he immediately is trying to do a faceplant the way you've done. Maybe not as successful, not as graceful, not as cool.
Keep
But
practicing.
I will. Throws himself to the ground once again. Did I get the cool dirt spray? Did I do it?
You got it.
Yes! And it's as you begin stirring up a new batch of trouble. We are going to move across screen, dirt doing a classic star wipe.
Actually, we're really quickly. Chrissy's
it.
going to roll again on the calamity table. The
I love
Nix, thank you so much for your incredibly generous donation. We have now raised $850
Oh my
for
goodness.
The Nix
Trans
are amazing.
Lifeline. Thank you so much. That's amazing. So Chrissy, whenever you're ready, give it to me.
Give it.
Oh my god. All right. That is a 7.
7. Would you say that you are evil aligned, good aligned, or neutral aligned? Very important distinction.
Oh no.
I have a preference personally.
I want to say probably just a little evil aligned. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, okay. Damn, I really hope that I wished that you were going to be neutral aligned because your clothing would have changed to a business suit for the rest of the session, but instead you grow horns for the rest of the session.
Oh, hey.
Extra fillage.
Extra frillage. Demeter, describe these kind of horns. Are they sort of like red? Do they match your sort of scaling motif?
I do think they are red and they kind of like match more the frill because I think that they are green like scaled, except the frills are like the red and yellowish. So I think the horns are in fact red and just kind of like the gazelle horns.
Yes. Horns sprout forth from your head, and your lads just go, I'm sorry, did you parkour so hard that horns grew out of your head?
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah! There is whoops, there's cheers. They're parkouring as hard as they can to hopefully get to your level. Parkour so hard you grow horns is the hope in the style. Glorious. As camera shifts as we come across all these parkouring Dilophosaurus's. Arrow Ace, what are you up to this morning before you hit the watering hole?
I think it's like the flying equivalent of like a morning jog, right? They are just like making their way through the air, you know, like sort of almost like Aladdin style, turning clouds into like soft serve swirls, like just like putting on a show for no one, right? Just like having a blast. Like flying is their life. That's all they want to do. And so they're just having a great day. And then they're like, you know what? I'm pretty thirsty.
I love it. Do me a favor, make me a stunts check. We're going to say DC 3 right now, as there are some people who are watching, just kind of notice you up in the sky.
Okay, so I have studied for -3 to stunts, so is my DC 0?
Your DC 0. Let's roll to see if you blow up, though. Let's roll to see if you blow up.
I do roll a 4.
You blow up. Roll me the D6.
And that's a 3, so that's a 7 total.
That's a 7. You are doing sick aerial stunts. There is a Tyrannosaurus Rex who has finally gotten a little ice cream cone and is just staring up in wonder, and this mint chocolate chip just falls off to the ground, and he goes, "Oh, it's still so cool though." As you inspire the denizens of the ground, as you swirl and fly immaculately. As you hit a cloud, do me a favor, roll me that calamity check.
You got it. A 96.
Ooh.
Okay, so the first one, hate this for you.
Yay.
Carnivorous vines start wrapping around your feet. You must act quickly to avoid being eaten.
Oh. Maybe I'll get eaten.
So,
Yeah. Like, so Pokemon-esque. Can I like flap my wings real hard, make like a little whirlwind and like disperse them?
absolutely. Do me a favor, make me a drive check. I think that this is going to be, or I'll take stunts either, whichever you're feeling more comfortable with. I'm going to say these carnivorous vines are pretty persnickety. I'm going to say this is a DC 5.
Okay, so I still get a -3, so that's
You
a
still get a
DC2.
-3, so it's a 2, yeah.
And I'm rolling a D6 now.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. There is a hard breath gust of air, and these vines, which are impossibly high, latched out through the trees and just went "Meow, meow," and are now pulled back down into the ground.
Yeah.
And you hear sort of a husky laugh of classic Arrow Ace, always ready for anything, as you see Stuart, a pterodactyl, just flying off a little bit off into the distance.
I actually want to let you know that we have the next NPC.
Give me the name of this pterodactyl. His name is not Stuart. That was his nickname in college.
Yeah, Tarnation Von Thunderclap.
Oh, amazing. This persona shifts. He goes, "What were you thinking of my stage persona of Stuart the Husky guy? I thought maybe I could be my alter ego, but I am Tarnation Thunderclap, as you have always known me, Arrow Ace."
Oh, hey, Thunderclap. That was a good impression. I
Oh, thank
really
you.
dig it. If I were terrestrial, I'd dig it. But I'm gonna wing it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Gotta go. Thank you so much. We raised $850. Great time, y'all.
Oh yeah.
See
I
y'all
have ended
tomorrow.
another charity stream. Deleted it. Whoops.
Just delete. Now, Arrow Ace, you've always been a good flyer, but I think I might be able to beat you today. I think you ain't got what it takes to take the clouds like I can.
Oh, Thunderclaps and some fighting words. All right, you're on. Let's
Let's
go. Let's
fly,
see what you got.
Buster Brown. And do me a favor. These are going to be contested stunts checks. So do me a favor.
Okay.
Make me that stunts check.
All right. That's a 6.
That's a 6. He rolled a 5.
So I blow up.
And also you blow up. Roll me that D8. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then that's a 5.
5.
On the D8. So I would like to invoke Flashy, which I have, which
Yes.
is I can lower the DC of the next hot check I do after I'm blown up. So I think like kind of like the American Dad version of Fast and the Furious when they're like the cars are going over top
Yes.
of each other. I'm gonna like barrel roll over top of thunderclaps and just do a little like as I continue and speed ahead.
Make me that hot check. So let me be sure if I'm understanding. You're subtracting from the DC.
Yeah, I lower it by 5.
Amazing. I'll call this a DC 8 lowered by 5. That's a DC 3. So make me that
Alright.
hot check.
Can I
I rolled
throw
a
in
4.
one thing real quick?
Yes, you can.
They do still have another calamity roll.
Ooh.
Ooh,
that's true.
please also roll me that calamity roll. Thank you so much for reminding me, Jess. We're doubling. By the way, Apollo, get ready. I stiffed you on a second calamity roll, so prepare yourself for that.
I've been ready.
So the hot roll is back to D4.
Yes, because you started at D4 on the hot roll.
I rolled a 4.
You blow up. Roll me that D6.
Okay.
Roll me that D6.
Okay, that's another 4, so that's an 8, and then
Calamity roll.
Calamity roll is a. Jess, I'm so sorry. It's a 69 on a hot.
Nice. Nice.
Having a bad
You know,
time.
I made this calamity roll, and I should have made it something really funny. Do you think that you're wearing shoes?
No.
Huh. Okay. Well, then a
Should
hole
I
just.
be?
This just says a hole appears in the character's shoes. So I don't know how that works for you.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was like, I got talons. boots, right?
Could I offer, in this wild world, not only do you gain shoes, there are now holes in the shoes you have suddenly
Absolutely. I
materialized
got
and gained.
cowboy boots that have holes in the soles.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be honest, this is working for Tarnation.
Yeah.
As you do a little kiss, boom, cowboy boots. There are holes in them as well. And he goes, Arrow Ace, and you immediately, boom, pass and fly past him. He goes, call me! Call my name in the winds in the sky!
And then as I'm flapping away, it's something to the effect like Doppler effect, right? Where it's like, look, I'd love to feel those thunderclaps later, but the sky is my lover and the wings the way we go.
And you see him glide down and do a very quick heart in clouds. You don't think he realizes that he's doing. He just goes, my heart was stolen on the gust of a wind by the Arrow Ace, and he will forever have it as he boom hits the ground.
And then I will land super cool like and whip off the aviators
Oh,
at the watering hole.
Whip up the aviators at the watering hole. Do me a favor, make me another hot check. I'm gonna say this is a DC 2 because you've already done the sickest landing I've ever heard.
So because I did blow up last time, I get to lower the DC by 5 again.
You can. Roll to see if you
So
blow up. Roll to see if this guy gets. Let's see if this lab gets hotter.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to a D20 before we're out of the introduction.
Yeah, I think John just
I-
wins the game.
I think I only rolled a 2, but
Okay.
if the DC is -3, I think I still.
I think you
succeed.
still win. You still succeed. And there are a moment of several dinosaurs just look and go. And there is a collective sigh and gasp as you have now arrived. You have the sunniest and most bestest spot on the watering hole. It's just relinquished. It's just given to you. The
Hell yeah.
perfect distance of shade and sun. It's perfect.
It's a good day to be me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It is a great day to be Arrow Ace as we are going to move across. There is a glistening of water over to Stellara. Stellara, how's your morning going?
Dude, Stellara's having the best morning. She woke up, she had some like Jurassic era avocado toast, some nice like microgreens on top. A couple of them looked like they were a weird color, and she figured that some seeds blew in from wherever their Hohenheim's factory, alchemical type area is.
I love it.
And she is currently in the process of, from someone on the ground, just kind of dragging her tail through the dirt a little bit. The purple reed that has been tied into a bow right at the base of her club is kind of getting a little bit muddy as she does so, and she seems to be stomping around, a smile perpetually on her beak, making these weird symbols in the dirt. And it doesn't look like much until she, to the best of her ability, cranes her neck up to the sky towards a dragonfly friend flying overhead and goes, "Hey, how's it looking?"
It's looking real solid, I think. As you make that final line, can you roll me that calamity check? What is your little dragonfly's name? Do they have a name?
I didn't come up with one.
Ooh,
I trust you implicitly. I also rolled a
thank you.
63.
63. If we don't have a name from chat, I will give this little dragon guy a name. Do we have a chat name?
We don't have a chat name, but chat, if you donate $50, you can name the next NPC that Reed has to use, and you could make it something like Tarnation Von Thunderclap. So,
Which
think
was
of that.
fantastic. Your little dragonfly's gonna be named Beazle. She's been with you. She always kind of helps you primp and get ready for the day. She marvels at your genius. I think it's looking really good. I have to always ask, how are you gonna build this? It seems really hard with. She holds up her little bug legs and looks at your little dinosaur stompers.
Mm-hmm. Which are immaculately painted, like this nice purple color. And still, again, a little bit muddy, a little bit chipped. She doesn't give a fuck. She is like, and she kind of stares down at her drawings, which look weirdly like the Tower of Pisa, but even more leaned from the get-go. And she's like, I don't know, I figured I'd just figure it out later. Let someone else deal with it. Maybe hire some dragonflies again. But, if we got someone, this could be pretty cool. I haven't figured out the stairs though, but that's fine. It's fine. Listen, it's all for fun. And she kind of cranes her neck up and notices the Arrow Ace shooting overhead, pursued by an absolutely enamored compatriot. And she goes, You know, let's just take a water break anyway. I feel like we've been at it for a while. You thirsty? I'm thirsty.
I'm so thirsty.
Let's go get some water.
While you guys are walking to the watering hole, I think you said Beazle, right?
Yes.
Okay. Beazle takes out of her pocket, or out of their pocket, a very clearly cursed necklace and offers it to you.
Oh my god, you got me
Goodness.
jewelry.
Yeah. I figured it would really well with your spikes and like the bow that you have that I tie on every morning. So do you want it?
Yeah. Oh my god, I would love it. You are gonna have to tie this on though too. I don't. And she like again just vaguely gestures with a thick tree trunk of a leg.
If I know two things, it's recognizing genius and tying things, and is going to fly and just start tying this cursed amulet around your neck. Does this cursed amulet, do we know what it does according to the table, or is that my
You
discretion?
know what it does, but
I
nobody
know.
else does.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect. I love that. I've written down what it does. I've started so I remember.
Oh.
Amazing. As you proceed walking as normal, and then all of a sudden, something large begins hurling towards you. Can you do me a favor? Make me a wits check. I'm gonna say DC 5.
Okay, a wits check DC 5. I
Mhm.
rolled a 1.
1. Are you using turbo tokens or are you
I have
gaining a
to
turbo
use-
token?
This feels dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and use my turbo tokens to boost
You
it up.
blow up. Roll me the
Oh.
D6
Yes. Oh.
because you'd have to get it
Great.
to 4.
Oh, sorry. So there was a 3 plus the 4, 3 on the D6 plus the 4 on the D4, which is I can do math, a 7.
Amazing. You hear something whistling towards you, and you are quickly able to evasive maneuver, duck, and it crashes on the other side of you.
Hey.
And slowly it begins moving and just stuck to you.
Hello? Yo, this is not consensual. What is it? Can I see what it is?
You can see it is just a shiny rock. You can carry it along just fine, but it's just sort of stuck to your leg at this point. Do me a favor. You can make me another wits check. I'm gonna say you're very smart. DC 2.
Okay, another wits check.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 on the D6.
This is an iron ore. It just seems to be stuck to you for some reason. Diana, please feel free to use this as you are now magnetized.
Oh, this could be so fun. Oh man, I kind of like try and shake it off a little bit, and then kind of like do a couple kicks, and I just go. Okay, Beazle, be honest. Is it like
Yeah.
kind of a vibe, or like look?
It's. I think you can make it work. It's definitely on the forefront of something new, but it's definitely a little odd that you have a rock stuck to your arm. But I think you can make it work.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll just gaslight everyone into thinking it's a new trend. Let's go.
I love it! And continuing to fly, as before we end this, everyone gets 2 calamity rolls. Maybe that second calamity roll as you are going through the forest, having a good time, chatting with Beazle.
This one is a 13.
I love it.
You know, a thick fog suddenly rolls in, obscuring the immediate view of all of the characters near you for the next 10 minutes.
It
Aw.
becomes surprisingly difficult to get to the watering hole as you're gonna have to try to make sure you're not crashing any trees on your way there. I will take a secondary wits check, or I'll do a stunts check. DC 5.
I'll go with wit.
Okay.
Do I get to choose? Okay.
You get to choose. I'm gonna let you choose on this one.
Oh, 6! It blows up.
Ah, pull it up.
Up
Roll me
to
that
the
D8.
D8, which is a 2. So
A 2.
8 total.
8 total. You are able to not only help yourself, but help Beazle not crash into any trees as you're able to use your tail to kind of nudge along, move along. Easy. Your brains, your smarts, easily able to maneuver towards the watering hole. It does take you 10 minutes to get to the watering hole, which is normally a 5-minute walk. It does take a lot longer. And please note, everyone at the watering hole, there's just suddenly a bunch of fog that is just at the edge of this watering hole. Odd in that.
My bad. Just trust that I have really nice jewelry on, though. I'll show you later.
And our fog clouds over the camera and recedes as Princess Michael Triceratops.
That's me.
Where do we find you on our morning before the watering hole?
I think that you see Princess Michael, and she is practicing how to like break out of zip ties and like unlock handcuffs, jump
Mm-hmm.
out of windows, anything that you would need to do if you're trying to like arm yourself to be able to escape being kidnapped.
I
Um,
love it.
and yeah, she's just doing her thing.
Just do your thing. Make me a sneak check as you're kind of practicing, sort of getting yourself ready. I'm gonna say this is a DC 4. Now, if I recall correctly from Escape Artist, which you lower it by 3. So
Amazing.
that'd be a DC 1. But give me a roll.
Well, I did roll a 4.
That blows up. Roll me the D6.
All right. That was a 2.
That was a 2. Hey, that is still good. That is, I believe, 6. As you roll, easy. You break zip ties, go through ropes, and it's as you kind of put on one final set of handcuffs and you just easily break them over with a prehistoric bobby pin. You hear, ah, dang it. As you look over and see a very small triceratops. Uh, if we don't have a name, I do have a name for this fellow.
We
Uh,
still don't have another NPC name, but again, chat, remember, if you donate $50 or more, you can name the next NPC.
I
Whatever you want.
whatever you want, and I have to roll with it. That's who that person is. You see a Triceratops who you know by the name of Gunter. He is small, a little dwarfed in size, and just goes, I thought I had you with the handcuffs, princess. I thought I had you. I'll kidnap you yet. I'll do it.
Gunter, you're so silly. I mean, why do you even keep trying? I just keep breaking out time after time.
And listen, I know the bigger players tend to get it, and it's just me, little Gunter, trying to make my own mafia sort of business, a mafia of one for now. But once I kidnap you, people will be looking up to me. They'll be looking down because I'm very short, but they'll be looking up to me metaphorically.
You know what, Gunter? If you go and stand on a hill, they will be looking up to you, both realistically and metaphorically. So I believe in you. I mean, do I want to get kidnapped? No. But I also feel bad for you sometimes, so that's why I let you stick them on me. And she breaks them apart again.
Ah, I thought I had you again. Do me a hot check. Let's say a DC 4.
A 2. I am
2.
going to use the thing.
So turbo token. So you blow up. Roll me the D6.
It's a 3.
3.
So
All
5.
right. 5. There's a moment where Gunter kind of nods. Yeah. You know, you make a good point. You make a good point, princess. How about this? He picks up a rock that seems, I will say, semi-sharp, butter knife sharp, one might call it, and he goes, you're coming with me. How's that? Does that work? Do you feel threatened?
You know, I don't really feel threatened. Maybe if you had like a gruffness to your voice, and
Oh, okay, okay.
maybe if the knife wasn't like something you just kind of picked up off the ground. But you keep trying. It's fine, Gunter. You're gonna do it someday. You're gonna be a great kidnapper. I believe in you.
Thank you. That really means a lot to me. And as a little tear kind of comes down his face, roll me that calamity check for yourself, Jess.
All right, so I rolled a 22 for the first
Nice.
one. And okay. So a rain cloud follows the character for the next hour, storming at random. I'll roll a d4 twice. The first half hour is the first roll, the second half hour is the second. If I roll a
Okay.
1, it snows, a 2, lightning, 3, hail, 4, light rain.
Oh my goodness.
So for the first half hour, there's just lots of lightning around me. Great for a watering hole.
Great for a watering hole. We love that for a watering hole.
And for the second half hour, there's going to be hail.
Perfect. A rain cloud begins to form as Gunter begins to cry. Just slowly goes, oh my goodness. And lightning strikes. I have to make a quick roll for Gunter. Gets struck by lightning. You just see the outline of his bones. He goes, ah! I see your self-defense classes have improved, princess. I will prepare myself for such things.
Yeah, you got to have lightning fast reflexes. And you see some like cash fall out, or I guess somebody was using coconuts as currency, so I think that's canon. Some coconuts like fall out of her bag as she says lightning fast resources, and then switches to reflexes.
Oh. Hey, if you slid me a couple of those coconuts, I could just leave until next week. Same time next week. Me trying to kidnap you.
She's going to take it and throw it at his head.
Uh, absolutely gets clocked. One of them impales on his little triceratops horn. He gets hit in the head. Goes, ah! I will make my resex. I'll be faster next time. That's what I meant. And
I believe in you, Gunter. You got this.
you know, yeah, thank you. And he immediately runs off. You see a little bit of blush coming to his cheeks. You think he's gonna keep coming back even if he can't kidnap you because you have such a natural charisma and charm? As you are getting ready, preparing, breaking, there is a local meetup at the watering hole. Do you proceed out, or is there a type of getting ready that Princess Michael Triceratops goes through?
I think that Princess Michael just like takes her crown out, puts it on, makes sure it looks nice, and kind of struts a little bit with her butt sticking out a little bit more than it needs to.
Perfect. We love that. As you strut, give me that second calamity check.
Right. And Reed, who are you going to make do the third one?
Ooh, grand question. I will probably make the arrow ace do the third one.
Hell yeah.
They're having it too good.
In that case, the hair on my head turns into snakes for the remainder of the session. The snakes are friendly to whom the character chooses.
So I want to walk everyone through this. You're a Triceratops. Triceratops, I believe, depending on the source, don't have hair. However, we fast forward millions of years. There is a scientist going, and it was amazing. This Triceratops had, maybe they were wrestling with snakes at the time. I don't know. As we come to the present of this narrative, snakes begin sprouting out of, Jess, I'll say where you grow hair. My first instinct was top of the head around the horns, but perhaps you're growing hair in other places. I do not know.
I think for today it is around the crown of the head. Yeah.
Around the crown, and snakes just begin to sort of hold your crown a little tighter. They're also strutting with you. They're having a great time. Congratulations. Please know that you have snakes. Feel free to use them at any appropriate time to have snakes, which is all the time, in my opinion.
As this happens, Michael touches her hair and says, "Oh, now this is gonna be fun. Let's go, girls," and just struts on towards the watering hole.
You hear hiss, 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 as these snakes clamber in, wanting to be the sexiest they can be. As you all arrive at the watering hole, there is some fog that begins to dissipate over the water, thanks to Iggy, and there is a lightning strike that does occur, but thankfully harmlessly hits a rock. Does not strike into the watering hole itself. As you are all able to arrive, it is teeming with social activity and life. As Apollo Hohenheim, as you finally arrive, iridescent and beautiful. Make me that second calamity check that I believe everyone is owed.
I'm strutting in. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good.
Good.
What does a 41 get me?
I love a 41. Perfection.
Incredible.
You are strutting. You look down, you see Dante is strutting with you, going, "You're looking good, dude. You're looking good. You might be looking as good as Arrow Ace, but looks like they got the sunniest spot." What do you think? What do you think of them?
I look down. I open my beautiful mouth, and a speech bubble comes out, and emojis appear, because emojis are also canon to this world.
It's true.
And it's blush emoji, Debbie Ryan hair tuck gif, also canon.
Also canon.
Oh my god.
And then there's like lip bite emoji.
Dante pauses for a moment. His lizard brain, that canonically is the size of a thumb, processes. You should definitely shoot your shot. These pictures are really throwing me up, but they might be into him. Actually, I don't know.
I oh mouth again. Just the emoji of like the person going like this.
I,
Just a big X emoji.
I get you. I'll make the introduction. Trust me, Dante, as he rides off towards Arrow
I want to
Ace.
try catch him.
Try to catch him. Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh,
try catch
yes.
his ass.
Let's do a contested check. Dante will be rolling stunts. You can also roll brawl or stunts.
Oh god. Is there any way that I can make this a wits check by like chucking a leaf at him that'll paralyze him?
Hohenheim used Razor Leaf. Let's go.
Let's go. Use Razor Leaf. I'll
Can
allow
I
it to be a
use
wits
razor
check.
leaf?
Yeah. I'll tell you. He rolled. He made a roll. A number.
Okay,
was
what did he
rolled.
roll?
He rolled. The number was rolled.
Okay, I only rolled a 2. I'm gonna spend 2 turbo tokens to make that explode.
Heck yes. Roll me that d6. And remember, when you explode, the dice is permanently that high.
Hell yeah. And that is a 3, so that's 7.
I'm
7
gonna
on
let
my
you know
wits.
right now above the table, Dante rolled a 1. he's a
I love
crocodile.
Dante.
They can only go so fast so far. You throw a leaf, it hits him right between like the neck and like the head and body, and goes, oh, I'm so numb. And he rolls into the water and just kind of floats there. He's a crocodile. He's fine.
Speech bubble. Emoji. And I
As
keep strutting.
keep strutting. Everyone's able to see Dante run and then immediately get stunned and just rolls into the water and just kind of floats relaxedly.
Can I see that and like lifeguard like go over, swoop down, and fetch Dante up out of the water?
You
Deposit him neatly.
absolutely can. Roll me that calamity roll as you make your swoop.
Oh, I rolled it earlier. It's a 27.
27? I don't know what that means, but I just love the number 27.
27.
Sounds
Who do
great,
you
though.
think is closest to you right now?
I think now Dante,
Well,
whom is in my cowboy boots.
for the next 10 minutes, you turn into a mirror image of Dante.
Oh no! So
Can I still fly?
I think for 10 minutes you can't.
Oh, I think I'm gonna scoop up Dante and then turn into a mirror image of Dante and just land on top of Dante in the water and just go, oh no. And then start swimming amazingly.
You swim fantastically. Now, here's the thing that I want to be important. Your hot die are still that level. So Dante looks up and goes, I've never seen a more beautiful version of myself.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Oh, dear God. As this sort
I
of
think
tender moment-
Hohenheim
Go ahead.
I think Hohenheim sees this happen, and Hohenheim's like, in their mind, my relationship with Dante is not really been established. Are we friends? Family? Lovers, perhaps? I don't know how to feel about this. And just keeps strutting away, being like, if I don't look at it, it won't affect me.
If I recall correctly, the thought bubbles do appear above your head. That's how the calamity check works.
Oh,
so just
for sure. It's like hard blush emoji, just like steam emoji.
as you're having these emojis, do me a favor, make me a wits check, DC 6.
Okay, my wits die is at a 6, so
Okay.
that's a 1. I'm not gonna spend. I don't even have the turbo tokens to get up there.
Well,
So we're gonna keep it at a 1.
take a turbo token because you failed. As
go.
you're fuming a little bit, you're like, what does this mean? A coconut, this one not of currency, but of malicious intent, strikes you
damn.
right on the side as it cracks open and something sticky just wipes aside your flank, and you just hear off in the distance, mischievous giggles occur.
I'm gonna turn to the giggles. I'm gonna look at my side. I'm supposed to be iridescent and beautiful, and now this is vandalism. This is vandalism of art. I want to look at who has the audacity.
You quickly see the brush begin to shake and rumble as you think 3 little figures just duck into the underbrush and begin sort of sneaking around.
I have the higher vantage point. I'm just gonna
You do.
start. I'm gonna start like a spotlight in a prison movie. Just start looking. for 'em.
I love it. Do me a favor, make me a wits check. We're gonna resolve that in a second because they've rolled their sneak check as you're gonna start bouncing around to other people, having to deal with some nefarious intent occurring.
Oh yeah, that is 5 on the die. I'm gonna spend 1 turbo token to blow up my wits to a D8.
Woo!
So that's an 8 on the die. Blows
Whoa,
up to a 10.
again!
6, 8. Okay. So that's a 2 on the D10. So that's a 16.
16.
Who dared? Who dared?
Who? I'm gonna let you know right now.
Angry
You're
emoji,
going to
angry
witness this
emoji, angry emoji.
entire scene play out. That's about to happen. Everything does not escape your notice. As Iggy, I'm gonna need you to roll me a wits check, DC 6.
Okay. Oh, cool. That is a 4.
Okay.
So roll this. That is a 4 on that. So 8 total.
8 total. You do notice you were able to duck as a coconut launches and it's about to beam you in your little head, and you're able to duck as you see it crack open and something slick and black just begins to coat a tree, and you hear ah, shoot, you missed, oh no, and begins moving across throughout the foliage in the trees as you're able to get a glimpse as they realize that there's a freaking brontosaurus looking down at them. 3 velociraptors, a rival gang of troublemakers, appear to be lobbing these coconuts at the watering hole. Hohenheim, you notice as they begin launching what appears to be a catapult of some kind, and they are aiming it directly at Stellara. Are the two of you doing anything as you notice this happening?
I'm going to warn Stellara. I don't think the minute is up yet.
Yeah.
It's oh my god.
Not yet.
Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark!
Oh, hey, Hohenheim,
Rock?
what's up? What? Okay. Am I still surrounded by fog?
Duck.
I would say the fog has just begun to dissipate, so you're able to. The first thing that you see is exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Rock? Question
Yeah,
mark?
she pulled up my foot, and I'm like, yeah, thanks for noticing. It's like brand new. I just got it. I
Duck
can't get rid of
emoji.
it. Where? Oh, can I see it coming and try and dodge?
I think you see it incoming, you try to dodge. This is going to lower the DC by 3, so this is going to be a DC 2. Wait, yeah, DC 3 actually, because the DC has been 6 so far.
Okay, and that's a
Wits
what
check.
kind of wits? Oh, it's a wits check. Oh, easy,
Wits.
easy. I have so much wits.
You're
I'm
so witty.
It was a 6.
It was a 6. Was that a blow up?
Nah, it's a D8 now.
Ah, but still high.
Spiritually.
As another coconut cracks open and you see bees just begin flying in the sky, and they hear, oh, man, we're off our game, oh no! And they begin sort of moving quickly as you see, again, this freaking trio of velociraptors have set up a series of catapults and are just launching coconuts. They're like, all right, let's go! And they begin booking it through the underbrush.
Oh. Okay, well, first of all, your angles are all wrong, and I'm going to start charging at this this trebuchet, this like
I love it.
and I'm going to try and full on like siege weapon, living up to the name of the fortress,
Yes.
tear these things apart.
I freaking love it. Now remind me, this is affiliated with an ability that you have. What was the check for sort of siege checking? Was it brawl?
Good question. Demolitions. I can lower the DC of a tech check by 3 when explosives are involved. So I can maybe flavor it so that I try and grab one of the coconuts out of the air, or
Mhm.
maybe like whack it back like baseball bat style.
I love that. And you are
Return
trying to
to sender.
explode this catapult with the sheer force of coconut throwing. Do me a favor, I'll allow that to be a tech check. I'm gonna say DC 5, it's lowered by 3, so it's a DC 3. Sorry, DC 2. I can do that.
Okay, I'll do my best. It's only D4.
That's what TTRPGs
And I
are
rolled a
for.
2.
Roll the 2. Amazing. You throw, you see the catapult, boom, explode. As the moment of, as you just see one stop and look and go, oh, beams. And then begin running. They're like, come on, guys, we have one final catapult. We'll do it. We're going to do it. They're like, yeah. As they run to one final catapult, you see it's the biggest one of them all. And inside it is a stack of coconuts, 5 all strapped together. And they're aimed right at Princess Michael.
No.
Yes.
Now, why would you do that?
Guys, we've been spotted. Guys, we gotta run. And you just hear someone go, no, launch the cannon! And they
I'm gonna hold
pull
up
a lever.
I'm gonna hold up a coconut, cash coconut, and I'd like to spend a turbo token to ease a bad situation with cash. I am absolutely trying to pay these guys off.
I love that. They're holding onto the lever. One's about to pull. They see the coconut goes, and you just immediately see the three of them quickly get into a bickering argument. And they go, she has money. Money's good. And they're like, money is good. We all agree that money is good. And they go, guys, this is a misunderstanding, right? We were all just goofing about.
Yeah, all right now, fellas. If you pull that lever, Kronk, this coconut goes right back into my pocket, and you won't see it. Not even a little sliver of coconut hair. And I think that my snakes go tss, 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 and they're like trying to be menacing and mean because I don't like these guys, so my snakes aren't nice to them.
Your wealthy does go through, but roll me a hot check DC 6 to see how good this gets.
Shoot. All right. My hot is a 6. And I rolled a 4.
Rolled a 4. You get a turbo token. You don't get a legion of 3 troublemaking velociraptors under your employ. That does not happen.
Well, if that's on the table, I might want to spend a turbo token to make that happen.
It is on the table. If you beat it, these become your loyal serfs.
Yeah, all right. Spent.
As the raptor
I rolled a 7
Kronk,
on that second one.
perfection. The raptor known as Kronk goes, guys, I think maybe she has something going on here. I think maybe it all checks out. And they all immediately scurry over towards you, and they hold their hands up for the single coconut that they will share between the three of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take their hands and I'm going to make it so they're like all like touching each other, and then I say, "Now, fellas, you're gonna be working for me for the rest of the day, right?"
Yeah, totally.
Drops the coconut into their hands.
And they all carry it, and they all tear it apart into equal pieces, eating at the meat, because that's how it works in dino times. It is, thankfully, probably the most, the biggest conflict of the day has probably been resolved. That's probably the biggest problem we're going to have to deal with all day at the watering hole, having a great time. There's a moment of relax, a moment of reprieve. Yes, Apollo.
Is the big catapult still there?
Yes, it is, and it has 5 coconuts in it.
I'm not trying to commit any crimes. I'm a law-abiding citizen. My lab is my business, and I'm alone. Seeing this new technology, I just kind of want to go and see if I can learn how it works, so that if we ever need to, I can just dig into my repertoire of knowledge and be like, let's put this together.
Give me a tech check. DC, I'll say 6, but I'm going to say we're going to enter another faction of this. I would say this is a prepared action. If you want to do a prepared skill check, you're not under stress. You can have the die value of the stat, if you would like.
Okay. Would this count as part of my hacker ability, which is lowering my tech DC by 3? Well, now in the system, it's when hacking a database. But this is sort of like, can I learn
hacking a
the
database?
schematics?
You're hacking the Raptor database. This definitely counts.
Okay, so I lowered the DC by 3, so that goes to 3. Can I spend turbo tokens on planned actions?
I'm going to say yes. There is no explicit rule in the rulebook that I'm seeing that says no. I say heck yeah.
Planned action. So my D4 gives me 2. I'm going to spend a turbo token to automatically succeed with a 3.
Perfect. You look over the schematics. No, yeah, you think if you needed to rebuild this in a tight spot, you'd be able to do it. Yeah, you might need a couple helps from some other architecturally inclined dinosaurs, but that might help you go a little faster. But you think you might have something here.
Perfect. I know how to build a catapult, and I am gamer girl colored. I speak in emojis.
And you're covered in you become the ultimate Twitch streamer, and we're all happy for you.
Let's go. I am chat.
While this is occurring, can I please have Princess Michael and the Arrow Ace roll me wits checks, DC 4.
Ooh, I did roll a 4.
Ooh.
I
Does that
rolled
blow
a
up? Yeah.
So in total, I rolled a 6.
Heck yes.
I rolled a 1.
Arrow Ace, you're swimming too phenomenally. You do not notice. Take a turbo token.
Ooh.
I'll say Princess Michael, you notice first, as the sky, you see a shooting star, but it seems to be getting bigger. It's bigger. It's bigger.
Do y'all see
Um,
that?
As everyone's able to direct towards the sky, as it boom, crash lands, not but just 50 feet into the tree line.
What the fuck was that?
Perfection. As you're able to go quickly investigate, I think the minute has passed, Arrow Ace, you do grow wings, and you are now, I believe, a pterodon just in the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna flap my little alligator stumps for a little bit, and then they'll turn back into wings, and then I'll.
Dante does his best version of a salute, which is just like, beauty must always fade, but it does evolve. And he swims away.
Dante.
Dante, I think, you know what? We will define what the relationship with Dante is in due time over this. As you guys make your way towards this crash site, Dante going, hold on, wait up! And he tries to follow with his little stubby legs. He's much slower than everyone else, but he'll get there.
Minutes up, so I can now also talk and say, Dante, return to me at once.
You're calling me. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm coming. And he, again, stubby legs. Fun fact about crocodiles, they're fast for short sprints. And then they have to walk a little bit and then they have to sprint. Because if I recall correctly, they have trouble breathing while moving too fast. I believe it's a similar thing with
That's so
lizards.
me.
That is so me.
Same.
He has asthma. Oh, he's an asthmatic king.
Diana, if I'm ever saying an incorrect animal fact, I trust you to fact check me at any point.
Oh my gosh, I'll try.
Thank you. That being said, you are able to arrive on the scene. There is a small clearing, a lot of the trees burnt up. As for our present day minds, I will describe, you see a rock the size of a school bus. Dinosaurs don't know what a school bus is. Important thing also for Iggy, not Iggy, my bad. This is Stellara. Stellara, you find yourself going faster towards it, not because you're running, but because there is a magnetic pull of this. So you end up being towards the front of the pack. I'm gonna need a quick check to make sure you don't just fly head first into this. I'll take either a stunts or wits check. I'm gonna say
man.
this is a DC 8.
Okay, my wits is a D8, so I'm gonna go with that. And I rolled a 7, but I'm gonna use a turbo token to make it an 8, make it
you blow
explode
up?
and succeed.
Roll me that
Oh,
D10.
Oh, that was a D12. I know my dice. I do this professionally. I'm a professional. Where's my actual D10? 2.
2. Enough you're able to dig your little paws in, your little claws
Help.
into the dirt.
Beazle, help!
I'm here! Pulling on your ribbon to help pull you back just a little bit. I got you! Is there anything that you guys are doing as you arrive on the scene? This large school bus, shiny, sleek rock, clearly it looks hot as it entered the atmosphere not too long ago.
Well, the way that I do my science is that I put things in my mouth and see where that goes.
Do you
so
really?
I'm gonna go bite. The way that I do
That's
scientific
my
inquiry is by
strategy.
biting things.
Okay.
The spice.
That's so spicy. Because of the heat,
Okay.
do me a favor. First of all, make me a tech check. I'm gonna say this is a DC 8 at this point.
3 on the die. Gonna expend a turbo token to blow that up.
Blow it up.
Goes to a 6.
Love
Goes
it.
to a D6.
Yes.
5 on the D6, so that is a 9 total.
Ooh. You give it a lick, and you go, first of all, ow, this is very hot. Make me a tough check, DC 5. Not DC 4.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Tough. Oh god, I'm gonna die. That's just a 2, and I'm gonna take the out.
You take the L, you get a superficial burn on the tongue. This is comically hot. You're like, cocoa too hot, coffee too hot, any food where the waiter says, careful, the plate's too hot, and you don't believe them, and you get that singe on the fingers, you're like, wow. Except, because this has never stopped blowing up, it looks really cool. It's like a very cool burn on the face that you're like, wow, Owenheim looks kind of badass right now. What's that about?
I'm iridescent. I have a facial. I'm literally 2017 Tumblr. I am literally 2017 Tumblr. I have a hot ass facial scar. I'm great.
The Tumblr girlies are going wild. But to get that tech check, you realize with the lick, this large rock is actually hollow. And it is definitely not of any material that you're familiar with. You think that it is above the stars, outside of the planetary alignment. And because of this successful tech check, you are not surprised as it cracks open. And you see an inky tendril, more liquid in its appearance than solid, slither its way out as you see 3 four-legged creatures, about velociraptor size, launch their way out, sort of crawling, and you're able to pull yourself back so you don't get a mouthful of living ichor, would be the best way I could describe this.
I just need to really quickly say
Yeah.
that it's very clear to me that Reed and Chrissy have never interacted before on the internet because of the tentacles. Just had to get that out there. Couldn't just live in here.
Out.
Oh no, in a sexy way.
Okay, good. I was like, oh no, does someone have a tentacle thing that we just haven't talked about?
Oh yeah,
no,
somebody does have a tentacle thing.
Yep, she does.
It is very symbiote coded.
Don't make it better.
Thanks everybody, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Hey, this is a great stream. I loved playing with all of you. I gotta leave.
So do they roll hot now? Or?
3 raptor size slither out, and you kind of pull your neck back as one much larger, your size actually, tendril lands into the ground. Another pulls out in the ground. 4 legs, no discernible head or neck. But the one thing that is discernible is on the chest, on the undercarriage, is a long metallic cylinder. I'm going to let everyone know it's a gun. I'm going to be just very frank for everyone to know, because I realize long metallic cylinder, where we were just coming from, could mean a lot of other things.
Chrissy and I didn't look at each other. Like,
I'm just telling you right now, this is a Gatling gun. It has a gun on its stomach. Let me make that clear. Because sometimes I describe things and then I don't realize the context of how it could be extrapolated. So, but I'll get back into it. It's long, cylindrical, multiple grooves along it.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. What I wrote down without
their pleasure.
As it appears, there is a deep vibration, as if some sort of language is being spoken. Apollo, put that face away. Apollo, put that face away. Can I? Woo, okay. With that being said, and the delightfuls happening, can everyone please roll for initiative? In this system, the way I run it, rolling for initiative is very similar to Dungeons & Dragons. Please roll me a d20 and tell me the roll you rolled on the d20 for your initiative. I will be doing the same. I'm sorry, these giggles are getting me.
That's an 18 from me. I'm ready to go.
I got a 4, digging my heels in hard.
Okay, who got the 4? Diana? Iggy?
I got a 3. I like to say I'm a little distracted right now.
I got a sensible
Chrissy and
13.
Thank God! And the arrow ace, what'd you roll?
I got a Jurassic 10.
We love to hear it. And these bad boys rolled a intergalactic 7. So let me just quickly write all this down so I have
That's my
it.
rating on Hinge.
This is... I wouldn't know. I didn't ask them before running the game what their rating was. I just thought, would you be a good idea for a spooky alien? And they said, yeah, probably. And I was like, I love that. Oh, goodness gracious. Lordy me. Just double checking, does they want to use the sanctioned re-rolls for any of the initiative rolls? Or are we happy where we're at?
I'm good with an 18.
I'll take a reroll.
Reroll that, Chrissy.
Hey.
While she's re-rolling chat, just as a reminder, if you donate $10 or more, you can gift a re-roll to our pool. to be used at any time. Now we're just down to one, and we're about to go into combat with some scary, sexy alien things. We might need them to roll for cute, or maybe to roll for fight. Who knows? So check out the Tiltify link and help us out.
What did you roll instead? Delightful Chrissy, darling Chrissy. I did not know what your yums were, Chrissy.
I have so many of them in 19.
19. I love that for Iggy.
And it's fine. We all love discovering new lore about new friends, including the yums. And people don't usually yuck my yums, but sometimes my yums make other people yuck, and it's funny.
And it is funny. Now remind me, who rolled the 4? Because I wrote that down in a bit of a hurry.
That was me.
All right. Which makes sense. You're as you mentioned, digging your feetses in. So welcome to combat as you immediately see these creatures lash out. That being said, as they begin to attack, we're going to start at the top with Iggy. How do you want to respond?
Sorry.
You're so fine.
I was looking at Discord chat. Okay. All right. I think Iggy gets all pissed and is like, "Not on my turf," and like again, the frills come out, and like I feel like instinctively the lads also are kind of like swinging around, flanking, getting ready. Yeah. And we're gonna do the neck snapper move, but instead it's just her spitting some venom and trying to get her venom on one. You said there was 4 creatures? Is that
There
right?
are 4. There are 3 small. One is big and brontosaurus size, about the same size as Hohenheim, and appears to have a some sort of odd metallic device strapped to the stomach.
Okay, well, I don't think that she's gonna be able to take that one on, so we'll just try to go for one of the little lads.
I love it. All right, do me a favor, make me a brawl check. I will make a corresponding tough check.
Okay.
Okay.
That is 2, but I'm going to start using my turbo tokens.
I love that.
And I'm gonna get that up to a 4 so I can blow that up.
Ooh. Love the explosion.
And that's a 4, so that's 6 total.
6 total as you rear your neck, spray venom at one of them, and you just see one of them going, "Ow, ow," and melt into a puddle as their tough check was, I'll say, very, very bad, could not withstand. And you realize these tiny ones, a little easier to knock over. Minion vibes, one might say.
Amazing.
Not the DreamWorks property, more of the D&D property, but live your best life. As one of them melts and the other ones then immediately rear up, there is a screech that emanates as they begin to get riled into a frenzy. Lovely. Anything else you want to do in turn? Any movement you want to do?
No, I think I'll stay.
Perfection. Amazing. That brings us to Hohenheim. Hohenheim the Iridescent. What are you up to?
Awesome. For the record, I would like you to know that I wasn't into this when it was just tentacles, but then you said symbiote, and that piqued my interest. And that's fully on you, and I kind of need that on the record.
That's
because
on
I
me?
know who's watching.
I'm gonna be honest, we had lines and veils. No one told me turn-ons and turn-offs. That was not included in the doc.
That's what should be included in the doc from now on.
If anytime you ever have Chrissy or Apollo on a stream, you need to add another column that just says kinks.
Kinks.
Okay, I'm
As
taking
someone who's
notes.
As a fellow symbiote lover, I see you and I understand you and I'm here for you.
Why he be throwing it back like that on on Marvel Rivals? Who gave him so much cake? That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
The cake was always there.
if there's one
Cake's
thing
coming.
I like in my characters, it's consistency. I've been doing scientific inquiry with my mouth this entire session. Lord be it beyond me to stray from the path.
I just want
There's
to
a
try to
lot.
say,
Lord is
yeah,
involved.
you have.
Uh-huh.
I'm a professional. I commit to the bit, and this is what that looks like tonight. So the entire rock, because in Hohenheim's mind it's just a big rock, is that they
Mhm.
came out of. That now what I'm looking at is I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is like something that they are traveling within, because I'm assuming that we have Flintstones ass vehicles
You do.
for people to move. I literally just saw a catapult. I feel like I know what a vehicle is. I'm like, there's not that much that I can examine here, but whatever the center guy, the large Groot vibrating cylinder that this guy is holding, is something that is mouth sized. I'm gonna try. I want to try take their gun.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Listen, Apollo. There was a lot of setup. I was wondering where we were going here, and now we landed at a place, and I'm here for that. I will say you're trying to take this off. I'm gonna say those are corresponding tough checks. This is gonna be a opposed tough check between these two creatures.
Is there any chance that before I do that, I can try hit him with my paralyzing leaf again?
Sure.
Or would that be too much setup, and I can just do the paralyzing leaf this time?
I would say do the paralyzing leaf this time. That could incapacitate him for a turn. So I'd say
Awesome.
let's do paralyzing leaf, and then next time maybe you can take that gun. I love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try incapacitate them, because I'm like, oh, it's vibrating. I don't know how to feel about that yet. Leaf.
Leaf. Make me a tech check. It is contested.
Okay, my tech is at a D6.
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah! That's a 6 on the die. That's gonna
Blows up.
blow up to a D8. Let's get.
I love
let's
that.
Let's get it.
I
I've
blow up
only
again?
rolled 8s on the D8. I've only rolled 8s on the D8.
Roll me the D10. Let's see how good this is. Let's see how good we get it. How high can we fly?
8, 10, 14. That's a 21 tech check.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Utterly beats in the contest. I will say wasn't even close to a 21. As you take a leaf from your necklace, throw it, you see it land and then sink into this sort of inky flesh. And then all of a sudden, it spasms and falls as it goes numb, rolling onto its back. This large apparatus now available for you to just take. What other word can I use, Apollo, that's other than apparatus? I'm trying.
It wasn't apparatus. It was the way you just went like this.
I apologize.
That's not on me. Okay.
I don't think it's on me either. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's on me either. But I apologize. Yeah.
That's the end of my turn. Thank you very much.
You're
for letting me
welcome.
be
It
here.
curls up similar to a spider, the legs curling inwards in on itself. It is still alive, but it is thoroughly numbed for a round. Princess Michael.
I just need to share that when you said I apologize, I thought that was very funny that it was going to Apollo. With that being said, I have 3 minions now. Have
You do.
they run away?
No, they are loyal to their princess and the
Yes.
money that they hope to get.
Well, I mean, they have the money already.
They do.
So I think I'm gonna say, now, do you 3 need me to hold on to that? I can double it when these guys are gone. I just don't want you to lose your coconuts during the battle, because you're about to go up and kick the heck out of that one, right? That's what y'all were planning to do?
There is little hands go up to their little temples. Yes, your majesty! And they give you the coconut. They kind of reassemble it because they had ripped it apart to split amongst the 3 of them, but they clunk it together. Power of a team of 3. As they begin skirmishing off, I do need to make a quick roll to see how... Actually, make me a hot check to see, are they able to keep their morals? They are going to attempt at least one. This is a little different than the troublemaker ability, so you do have to fight to keep your serfs a little bit.
Okay.
Hot check, DC 6.
Okay, it's an 8. And I rolled a 3, so we're gonna use a token.
Use a
I
token.
am so token poor now. I only have 1 left.
It's okay.
But it goes from an 8 to a 12, so 3 plus. Oh, 3 plus 6 is 9.
Yes.
And what did you say it was?
6.
Oh, perfect! Yay!
You're so good.
I think I yell out, All right, boys, now get him. Claw his eyes out.
We're gonna do our best, and they're gonna run forward. They're gonna make their corresponding brawl checks, as they're going to do the classic Jurassic Park leap with the little hooked claws into one of the smaller individuals. They blew up. I didn't
Yay!
expect them to blow up, but all right then. They roll that. I'm gonna make a roll for this guy. Absolute failure, as you see three of them. Pack tactics in raptors most of the time. Launch onto one and begin sort of ripping into this odd inky creature. You are now down to one small and one big inky creature that are left on our map. Well done, Princess Michael.
I think as they start, just viscerally destroying it, I say, "You're my boy, Blue."
Oh my god, that's me. That's me. Kronk, you hear that? Yeah, I heard it. Congratulations. As we have Kronk and Blue, I believe are their names so far. I love that.
Who knows what the third one is going to be?
Who knows? Someone else could have a say in that one. Who knows? That being said, that is the wonderful princess's turn. That brings us to the Arrow Ace.
I think I would love to swoopingly fly down and distract the big one with the big protrusion.
It is currently numbed and has paralysis. So you can distract it so it's distracted for another round further, or do you want to take advantage of this a belly exposed moment?
Can I take the thing, the metal thing?
Absolutely.
With my cowboy boot?
With your cowboy, you hook your little cowboy boots in. I will need a brawl check, DC 8.
Oh, I'm a D4. Let's go.
Let's go. As you are going to try to pull this thing that it's pretty big, pretty heavy.
Okay, so that is 3, so I'll spend 1 turbo token to blow up.
Blow up. You're now at a D6.
All right, and let's add the D6. Let's go.
Need a 4. Need a 4.
That is a 6.
Blow up again.
So
give me the D8.
I'm never gonna stop blowing up.
Never stop blowing up.
D8. That is a 4. So total will be 14.
14. You, if I may, sink in your little cowboy boots onto sort of the little ledges, the natural ledges you're able to find. And as you pull, it feels like you're pulling it out of mud.
Yeah.
As you realize this apparatus was a little bit inside, as it's mainly liquid, as you're kind of looking. As you pull, it does a very cool flip, the sun reflecting off some of the metallic gun barrel. And now here's my question, Arrow Ace. Do you want a Gatling gun strapped to your tummy or strapped to your back?
Ooh, like to my back, like a Blastoise cannon.
It locks and loads, baby, as it locks the F in. Congratulations on having a big old Gatling gun. You can make weapon checks. It is we'll get into that when you start using it on what the special little abilities of it are. Congratulations taking my big weapon away from my big boy. That is going to be very helpful for you if he gets a turn. Anything else you want to do on this turn, you maverick you?
I think I'm just gonna swoop back into the air.
Up in the air, unreachable, untouchable. It is as you go up into the air, you do see something large blot out the sun.
Like how large?
What?
Like how large?
I would say, if I had to say how large, imagine a middle school.
Oh, alright.
So the size of a middle school, I would say. As it doesn't fall, it merely hovers in the sky, shining in metallic, almost blotting out the sun. And that's what you see as we'll interact with that, but you have some guys on the ground to still take care of, as we're gonna go to my alien boys. They get a turn. The big one is paralyzed and has no gun, so is gonna spend its turn on the ground, legs curled in, twitching every so often. There is one small one, who I believe Iggy, you were going toe-to-toe with.
Okay.
So they are going to roll a brawl check. Please do me a favor, roll me a tough check, as this is contested.
That's a 1.
Okay, that is a 1. Please note that you're about to take a superficial injury, as this tendril lashes out. As though it is a liquid, it does cut through you and get a little bit of your frill and a bit of a cut, kind of across.
My frill.
My frill, as it begins learning your language.
No, mama.
Are you mocking me?
Are you mocking me? Incredible, absolutely incredible. As Stellara, you're bringing up the rear. What are you doing?
All right. I think I'm gonna try, and especially with the big one still kind of incapacitated, I'm gonna throw a sentence over my shoulder to Beazle and be like, okay, I got a plan. Let go on 3. Okay. Can you count to 3? We talked about this.
You taught me 3.
Okay, great. Okay, do that. 1,
Okay.
2, and I'm gonna, as best as I can, like frisbee myself through the air and just collide with this man.
To be sure that I'm understanding, you're using the geometry of the place of the magnetism of your cursed amulet to. I love it. Okay, I will allow this to be a tech, stunts, or drive, considering just the different vehicles of this.
Oh man.
It'll be contested with the corresponding tough roll of this creature.
Okay, I'm gonna go with tough.
Okay.
I have a D4 in all of those, but I feel like it's gonna be useful down the road if this blows up.
It will be useful to level up your tough for sure.
It was a 2.
2. Do you have any turbo tokens?
I have 1. So
You, if we're all here, can I give you turbo tokens?
You can.
it costs you 2.
With this in this one shot, I have invoked the power of La Familia, which is a group dynamic. It is a 1-to-1 trade for turbo tokens in this group for this one shot.
I have 3 tokens. How many do you need?
I only need 2 to blow this up, so I need 2 total. I'll use one of my own.
Yeah, I'll give
I'll
one.
give you
I
one.
have 5, so I'll give you 1.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
awesome.
I love
I'll
how the
keep
glasses
my,
felt when you said that.
Yeah, it was
my
very
lowly
cool.
3. If you're good to cover that, I'll keep my lowly 3 and you.
Yeah, I'll cover.
Okay.
Sweet.
You blow up. Roll me the
Right.
d6.
The D6 was only a 1. So that
Okay,
makes it 5 total.
5 total. Okay. Not quite enough. Their tough check was a bit higher. However, you do clash into them, and there's a moment of as you stick inside of this sort of you're a little stuck inside this creature a bit. But nothing that you can't pull yourself out of.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's not great. Thanks, Beazle.
You're welcome. I'll angle a little better next time.
No, you're good. You're so good.
Thanks.
And I'll end my turn there.
I love it. Okay, this brings us back to the top with Iggy.
All right. Okay. So the one that just is mocking me is still around.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. I am going to try and gore it with my horn.
Yes, I love that.
Okay.
I will say that is a brawl check. They will roll tough in response.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that is a 4.
Okay.
So, 6. That's a 4, but I'm gonna go ahead. I want this to be cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 of my turbo tokens.
I
So
love
I
it.
can make it extra. Give it a little oomph. So, okay, so 4 plus 15.
15. Insane. You gore it with the horn ripping through, and it loses all mass and form and just melts on your horn and then just sinks into the ground.
Perfect.
As little guys, gone. Nixed from the board. You have a numb, paralyzed? A non-moving big guy. The word cannot come to me at this point, unfortunately. Once it hits Hohenheim's turn, the paralysis will have worn off as a heads up to all.
Gorgeous.
I think that I'll move enough to flank big guy from the front.
I love that.
Just kind of look up at him.
Perfection. That brings us to Hohenheim. You see this large creature twitch and begin regaining movement, but is still belly up.
How much space do we have inside this space?
I would say about 30, 40 feet in diameter.
Okay, awesome. This is so very dumb. And it
That's the
might
game.
be
That's the game.
extremely ill-advised. Are
Mhm.
we all on board?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get crazy with it.
Okay. We're a little bit close. How close are we to the watering hole? Because I don't want us to be too close to like a
You are-
residential area.
I'm gonna be honest. You are far enough away from the watering hole that you don't have to worry. If you're pulling out a flamethrower, everyone's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I was just gonna be like, can I drive out of the neighborhood? Be like, can I drive this alien ship?
Yes.
Okay. If
Apollo,
we're out of,
you'd be a daisy if you did.
you know what? Even if I don't need to, I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna look at big guy twitching, and I'm gonna be like, someone get him. And I'm going to walk my ass over to where I think a control panel is, and I'm gonna try start interfacing with this thing, so that I can learn how to move it.
The concept
Okay.
of a brontosaurus trying to like.
It's just you have to duck your head in, but you find it's surprisingly bigger on the inside than the outside.
Incredible.
Do me a favor, make me a tech check. This is alien technology, so it would be a DC 8, but if I recall correctly, for tech checks it is -3, so DC 5.
-3, and I have a D10. I've gotten cocky, so it's not gonna work for me now.
You do have a free. We do have a free reroll in the pool, also. Thank you so much for your donations.
Please, I'm gonna take that reroll because the dice hurt me. The dice hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's so much better. What did you say was the DC?
I believe I had said DC 8.
Okay, 8 goes down to 5 for
Yep.
me, but I rolled a 7, so I'm good.
You are good. You press it, and there's a moment where you're like, "No, I saw this in a dream." Yes, science.
I don't have. I don't. God.
Mhm,
I don't
mhm,
have sunglasses. I do take out a pair of reading glasses, put them on my face, and camera zooms in. It's Hoenn time, and I just start hacking into them.
You begin hacking in, and then suddenly there is a switch as you hit an interface, and suddenly your mind links with the ship for just a moment, and you realize the vibrations that are emanating from the ships and the devices are language. And you are able to hear, "Earth's core harvest is imminent. We shall steal the core of the earth, and it shall be ours." And you're able to understand what these creatures are doing here. They're attempting to harvest your Earth's core. You, as scientists, clearly understand what that means, even though you've never had to interface with the Earth's core before. As I'm going to say, as you're interfacing, you believe you can now fly this little scouting ship.
I say, preposterous. I'm using that, and I'm just gonna try find. I'm gonna try find where the lever for up is, and if they want to be close to the Earth's core, I'm gonna try launch us into space.
I love it. As you look up and you're able to put together, above you, this large rock ship the size of a middle school is the mothership. It is coming down to assist in the harvest.
Right. Okay. If that's the case, can I start the process of sending out a transmission? I just want to be like,
Yeah.
someone who's. Why did I go German? What the fuck was the voice for my guy? I think it's just gonna have an effect on me. Someone who's good at talking, please come over here. We need to send a message and tell them there is no core anymore. The computer is taking over my vocal patterns. Yeah.
I love it. That is your turn. The larger alien is beginning to sort of awaken, but is still belly up as we go to Princess. Princess, it is your turn.
I'm gonna look over and say, I mean, I'm kind of good at talking, but I don't know, like maybe, maybe somebody else can talk. As she is taking one of the snakes out of her hair, and she's saying, "All right, now Emily, I know this isn't gonna feel very good, but you are a beautiful, blossoming snake, and I just really appreciate what you are about to do for me and my people." That's
Hiss,
right.
hiss.
What I would like to do is I want to get really close to one of the aliens, and I want to shoot the snake directly up to make it very, very high in the sky, because lightning likes to strike things that are very, very high in the sky because it's been less than 30 minutes, right?
It's been less than 30 minutes for sure. I love this, Jess. Yes.
So I'm just kind of gonna like pray that lightning strikes directly down, not only ending Emily's life, but maybe also this alien's life.
I absolutely love that so much. Okay. I will take either a stunts tech or hot check.
All right, we're going
You
hot.
have lightning on hand. You have a willing snake participant. This is going to be a DC 4.
Cool. I'm rolling a d12. So if I fuck this up somehow, I'm going to be very unhappy.
That's going to be unfortunate.
I rolled a 9.
You and I also had to roll corresponding tough check for Big Boy. Does not beat a 9. As Emily goes up, Rocket Man begins playing in the back of her mind as she thinks it's going to be a long, long time. Lightning strikes through her. She looks down, gives you a very solemn nod, and you see this ribbon of lightning strike through, ripping this large alien asunder, and its body melts.
Amazing. He looks dead.
He looks super dead.
That
Dead
is, you know, I just want to like give a shout out to Gunter who survived lightning before. Like, you're tougher than this alien, my guy. One day you're gonna kidnap me.
Somewhere, Gunter puts out a newspaper and goes, "Someone out there believes in me, so I should believe in myself." Looks at a picture at you. "Do it for you, princess." And we cut back to here to the more important part of the story. You're just inspiring people even when you're not in the room. And I love that about Princess Michael. I love that about her. Amazing. You're out of initiative. All the little guys, gone. The next problem. There is a large spaceship in the sky. It is planning to try to steal the core of the Earth. You currently have a smaller ship that is currently being worked with. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm at the controls and still pseudo-German. I'm just trying to... I want to figure out how radio transmissions work. I want to learn about radio and then figure out how to work a radio.
Okay.
Easy things.
Easy.
And I want to find where the closest microphone is, and I want to have it ready so that whoever is good at talking to people or feels that they would be, because I know my ass is not doing that, can be like, no core, not here.
We gave it out last week. Do me a favor. This is going to be a tech check. Goodness, this is a big ask. This is a big to do. So I am going to say DC 12 minus 3 makes it a 9 because of your tech abilities.
Okay, 9 on the D10. Let's go. There's nothing I can do to fix that, is there? Okay, that's only a 5.
Oh.
So I'll take the L.
You
Because
take
I could
the
only
L.
push it up to an 8, so there's no point.
You take the turbo token. You're trying to jack the radio, but it looks like you can't send the transmission. But one thing does cross your mind as you look across your team, capable, skilled. You might need to take this message to them. As you realize you do know how to do one thing. You can fly that ship up.
Incredible. Everyone, gather around.
It is, as you clamber into the ship, lock and load, the ship door shuts with a hermetic seal. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, y'all.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, while we are taking a break, while we're, getting some food, drinking some water, doing a shrimp check, we want you to also do that. Take care of yourselves while we take care of ourselves, but also check out the Tiltify link. Because not only can you make a difference in the lives of trans folks by donating to Trans Lifeline, you can also make a difference in the lives of our dinosaurs. So check it out, and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are so thrilled that you are spending the afternoon or maybe evening, depending where you live in the world, with us as we play Never Stop Blowing Up from Dimension 20 and raise funds for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is an amazing grassroots hotline and micro grants nonprofit that offers direct emotional and financial support to trans people in crisis. It is truly an organization that is for the trans community by the trans community. Whether you are in Twitch or on YouTube, you'll see that there is a link that is pinned in both chats. It goes straight to our Tiltify page. You might see that there are some really fun incentives on ways that you can help shape our game that we're playing right now. So far, we've received rerolls, we've had to do calamity rolls, we've had one of the next NPCs that got named. I can't remember the name, but it was very Texan, very
Tarnation Von Thunderclap.
Tarnation Von Thunderclap. You could make an NPC named like that that Reed has to use. But we haven't actually gotten dynamite been donated yet. So consider it if you've got like 25 coconuts just rumbling around in your purse that you want to spend. Dynamite is where Reed will give us a random weapon or explosive that we get to use in the fight against aliens. As you can see at the top of our screen, we've already raised an amazing $875. Thank you all so much for everyone who has donated and shared out our Tiltify link. I do want to give another quick shout out to Bogus Cheesecake, who matched the first $150 that we raised. And as an aside, again, everyone who donates today and over the next 3 streams gets entered in to win a free t-shirt from Session Zero. They've got amazing D&D and TTRPG related shirts. Definitely check them out. So, with all of that being said, I am going to start our recap as Princess Michael. So there I was, breaking out of Ziploc ties and, getting myself out of handcuffs. Little Gunter, he's such a cutie. He thinks that he can kidnap me, but he can't. There I was doing that when all of a sudden snakes started just growing out from my hair and then lightning started striking around. Now, we were walking to the watering hole to meet up with my friends, and I know a lot of funky, weird things happened to them, too. Just so much stuff has been going on. I hope that they'll be able to tell you some of the rest.
I mean, honestly, like the weather events have just been crazy. I was surrounded by fog for a little bit. My friend Beazle and I were just doing some, I'm slipping into a Texan accent too. Good God. My friend Beazle and I were just like doing some planning, drawing some towers, legally distinct towers. And then I got gifted this most gorgeous necklace, and then very unceremoniously gifted a rock for my wrist right after, and not necessarily the fun kind. It's just iron, I guess. So we wandered off. We started heading over to the watering hole, and then at the same time, we met up with some other folks. Saw Arrow Ace flying overhead. I saw Arrow Ace who was mute.
I was both muted and flying overhead. Engaged in little flirtatious flying with one Tarnation Von Thunderclaps, whom I think I might have left a good impression as I skidded to a halt with my brand new cowboy boots with holes in the soles, if I recall. And yeah, we landed right on there. I don't know what y'all talking about with all the weather mishaps. It's been perfectly sunny over for me.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes. And then you were in the water with my associate Dante. Dante, I was not originally German. I do not know what this accent is. I am an inventor. My name is Hohenheim. I am the gamer girl keyboard colored because of my experimentations with the arcane and alchemical. And then there was a big crash landing site, and my method of scientific inquiry is putting it in my mouth. And I did that a lot with a lot of things. And I led the alien. No, say it with your chest.
I said I did with Dante.
Anyway, so the alien ship gave me the ability to speak alien and forget the original Matt Berry-esque accent that Apollo was doing and now be German. And what
Um,
else happened?
oh, well, before we had this big old crash that just crashed onto our turf with all these new people coming about. I did see a shooting star as I was just minding my own business, trying to collect some lunch money from, again, people on my fucking turf. Fucking little raptor shit. So and that I was just minding my business, giving a little chase, and then they started with a catapult of black ichor, trying to get everybody with it, and we were trying to get back at them. And next thing we know, bing bang boom, giant space station or spaceship, whatever, lands in the middle of our area, and then out comes these icky ass aliens. And I gored one of them with my awesome new horns that I got from rolling in the dirt.
And with that, we find ourselves in a space shuttle ascending into the sky. First question, other than Arrow Ace, because Arrow Ace, the sky, you're so at home in the sky. How's everyone else? Is this a new experience flying, being up in the clouds?
Oh, absolutely. I am chronically terrestrial. Also, is the like magnetism thing, that cursed necklace of mine, how does that interact with the fact that I'm inside the spaceship right now?
You know, I'll be honest, you feel like gravity's a little heavier for you. Walking is an interesting experience. You have to mean it with your whole chest every step.
Oh man, this is fine. I'm gonna be so ripped by the end of this. Just watch, Beazle.
I have to write that down. You're going to be so ripped by the end of this. It's true.
Canonically working out every second.
Princess Michael, you know, typically likes to be on the ground at all times, 100% of the time. So this is a very new and not fun experience for her, I don't think.
Your triage of raptors are like, hey, don't worry, it's okay. Kronk, which is one of you've named, is going, hey, don't worry. The sky is like the ground, but not. Think of it that way.
You are just so smart, Kronk, Blue, and I'm so sorry. What was your name again? And she's taking out a coconut. They're not getting the broken up coconut now. They're each getting their own coconut.
Oh,
Whoa,
heyday.
right.
You look over at the last one, he goes, I am Bone Shredder.
Oh yeah, Bone Shredder. I'm sorry. I can see your little name tag right there. I just don't know how to read very well.
It's, hi, my name is Bone Shredder, very Walmart coded. It's a family name.
Yeah. I love a good family name. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming to my rescue and taking care of one of those little icky guys down there.
Takes the coconut, is putting it in his little coconut satchel, nodding enthusiastically. Iggy, your gang of Dilophosaurus sorry, I believe, am I saying Dilophosaurus correctly, or is it Dilophosaurus?
I think it's Dilophosaurus, but I don't know. I don't know. I do.
Hey, it's your character. Someone had asked me, can they play with one of the Pokemon versions of dinosaurs? So I was expecting a Pokemon to be coming in here today. So whatever name is how you feel. Your Dilophosaurus gang, arms folded. Should we take care of them? Should we take care of those raptors? They are our rivals.
Not today. Maybe we can use them as bait later.
Yeah, the old bait and switch, where we bait and then laugh at their misfortune.
Yes. I like the sound of that. That's a great plan. You did so good.
We cut to our driver. Hohenheim, how's it going? You're in the air for the first time.
That's great. So Brontosaurus is big neck dude. In roleplay and in real life, I'm a tall guy. So I think that he's gonna react to heights the same way that I react to heights, which is if I'm sitting down and on a surface that is rising up, I'm fine up until I get to the height that I usually am. So up until we get to the height that I usually am, I'm like, this is a normal distance from the ground. Yes, yes. The second we pass that, I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm so high up. This is too high up. And I instantly develop a fear of heights.
I love that. You feel a scaly tail pat sort of the back of your neck as Dante had kind of clambered in.
Dante,
Yeah,
we're so high up.
yeah,
It's altitude, Dante.
yeah. You're in control of how high we are, though. Does that not give you any comfort?
No, we have to
Oh.
go up higher.
Yeah. Can you take me higher, where the blind men see?
Dante, there's no time for poetry right now.
As your ship continues, can you please give me a drive check?
Oh,
As you do
nothing
feel
about
something latch onto your ship. Let's see if you have control over it still. DC 10.
Now we both know my drive is a D4.
No time to.
Well,
no
that's
better
a
time
4
to
on the dice, so that's gonna blow.
blow it up.
All right, all
Blow
right.
it up.
Amazing.
Give me that D6.
That's another 4 for a total of 8.
8. You can
Can
take the
I-
turbo token.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll take the turbo token.
You take the turbo token. As you begin driving, you feel the controls be taken over as a tractor beam starts pulling you in. You're
Dante,
able to.
no!
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure this is how it's supposed to go. It's okay.
Can I
Yeah.
pop up and go, hey, tall man, open the hatch.
Oh!
Yeah. You totally can.
I just throw my little dinosaur hands up and I'm like, take the controls.
No, open the hatch. Open the hatch.
I'll try to do that.
Yeah, I would say with your tech check from before, cracking open a hatch, cracking open a proverbial window, easy.
So, okay, are we still within the atmosphere? Because I'm not opening a window.
You are
in
in within the
space.
atmosphere. You are in breathable air. You can breathe still. You're
That's
okay.
great. I'm
You're
gonna
okay,
pop
buddy.
open a window real quick.
Great. And I'm going to say, like, nothing to be scared of. When you're up here with the Arrow Ace, everything's good. Let's wing it. And I'm going to dive out the window and I'm going to shoot the tractor beam with my new bat gun.
Yes. Do me a favor. Weaponry check. This would be normally a DC 10, but with your Gatling gun, that's a -3 to all DC checks. So that's a 7 weaponry check.
Okay, so I only have D4 right now for weapons,
right.
but let's go.
Let's do this.
All right, well, that's a 3, so I'm going to take the turbo. I'm going to use the turbo token
Blow it up.
to blow it up. So
You need to roll 3.
that is a 6 on the dice on the D6. So we're going to
Blow
blow
it
it
up!
again. I'm lucky today, y'all. And that is a regular 3, but that is a total of 13.
13. You see the base of the tractor beam. The gun begins spinning up, and you see the tractor break immediately. You now have controls of the ship again. While everyone is inside the ship, Hohenheim, your work with the technology, what was once just odd vibrations now sort of clicks, and it begins speaking. We'll call it Dinoese, dinosaur language. As you hear, "Hello, seeker ship. You are going to be brought in, and then you shot the tractor beam. How rude! What?
Yes, our apologies.
Explain yourself. We're having a merry harvest of the Earth's core to fuel our liquid baths and our alien saunas, and you do this? What's going on in
Listen.
there?
Listen, guys, it's okay.
Okay,
We had
explain that one to us real quick. Come on, it's okay.
we had a malfunction with the guns. Whoopsie. But there's no core down there. It's all gone.
Dave, I'm gonna need you to really explain that one to me, like, really clear. So you come on up here, explain it to the queen. She seems a little confused.
No,
and you
I
know
don't-
I'm not
I-
talking to her.
I
not
don't
doing
think,
it.
I don't think I need to go to the queen. Actually, I think I'm okay. Me and my friends, we're going to go take this ship, and we're going to go back down and close up shop, and it'll be all right.
Uh-huh.
It's ever so slightly Jamaican there. That was very
Dave.
fun.
Dave, level with me. It's Croissant. You know me, your friend, Croissant. Is this your whole terrestrial fear again? Is this flaring up?
No, there's nothing down there, and I saw one plant and it was evil, and there's no core.
This is gonna be a really hot list, and you just hear there is warbling back in the background, like, yeah, the queen's gonna want to know what's going up. So either fly up, or we're gonna have to do a secondary tractor beam. I'm Dave, don't judge me when I say this. There was a hot looking dinosaur with a gun on his back. I don't know what that means, but that seems like an omen of some kind.
Pay no attention to the hot dinosaur.
Dave, this is how you beat me in poker. You can't get me with that trick again. As you see a door opening and you are being beckoned, and it's like, if not, we're just gonna have to check to see if there's a core. We'll launch the harpoons down, and we'll just give it a little sip.
There's no core, no core.
We have to sip and
No
check.
core.
We insert the giant silly straw. We take a little sip and see if it works.
It won't work. There's no core, but don't worry. Don't send don't come check. We will go to you.
Okay, that sounds great. I love this. Hey, Dave, could you put someone else on? Like, are you okay? It sounds like you're having a nervous breakdown, if I'm gonna be honest.
And I'll just look to anyone else and be like, does anybody else want to get on the mic?
I do kind of feel bad because I'm now remembering he did ask if anyone was good at talking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actively... a river of sweat has formed on my... Just a river of sweat is going down my long neck.
You know,
that.
from Michael's perspective, if and I almost wanted to call him Dave. That's so bad. If Hohenheim doesn't, like do things that make him uncomfortable, there might not ever be character growth there. So I think that there's going to be some tough love from Princess Michael, and she is just like looking anywhere but him. He's got this.
He's got this. You know what, Hohenheim? Make me a hot check. That's gonna be DC 7. Come on, buddy.
You have so many better role players on this stream.
And you're doing great. First of all, you're doing great.
Fantastic.
Listen,
That was
I
a
don't
one.
speak Dremelian.
Also, think about how many accents.
Wait, you rolled a
you've done.
1?
I rolled a 1.
I'm
Take a
going
turbo
to I'm going to use my last turbo token to help out. That is, like I'm helping, but he's still doing it on his own.
Okay. Are you using a turbo token like to use your wealthy to make this a better situation, or are you giving him the one so he has a roll of 2?
Yeah, I'm giving him mine.
Okay. That would still be a failure.
What
Because
was the DC?
the DC was 7.
Oh yeah, no, I can't get that far.
Well,
Do we still have a reroll?
I
think
use
we
my
used both of
reroll.
them.
You have 5 turbo tokens. So I
I'm
could...
over here turbo token 4 and you have 5? Are you kidding
It's
Token
time to
hoarder.
Eat
This
the
little token
turbo
hoarder.
rich.
Turbo Rich, are you
I-
using them turbo tokens? You gonna blow up on your hot check?
Is this really where we need me to be?
If you want DM behind the screen, this is not gonna make or break your team. You're not gonna die if you fail on this check.
Yeah,
This
but
is-
you also have the opportunity to blow up hot, which
You
is
do.
like all we do in TTRPGs, right? That's why
We
we
love
play
getting
it.
hotter in TTRPGs.
I think it's deeply funny to have a deeply weird and unattractive brontosaurus. But you know what? I am glowing, and I think my yassification should show. I would. Yeah, if I use all of my turbo tokens on one of Jess's, I can blow up to a D6.
Wait, you have
Jess,
5
you've got
turbo
turbo
tokens, you said.
token?
You have 5, right?
Yeah, I have 5, but I
You roll-
only I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so use 3, that gets you to a 4, that blows you up to a D6.
Then you roll
Oh
the
Jesus,
D6.
you're right.
Then
Oh
you
my
roll again.
god, math.
I got you.
I'm gonna use 3 turbo
you.
tokens.
Boom. Blow up
I'm
to
gonna
a 4,
repeat it like
roll
it was
D6.
my idea. So that's a 4, and
What'd you get? What'd
What
you get on
is
that
it?
A
D6?
6 on the D6.
Oh
Blow it
my
up to a
god.
D8.
So hot.
Yes.
So hot.
The hottest
And
brontosaurus.
that's a 13 hot. You don't need to come down here. We can
Okay.
go to you.
Okay. You. Hey, Dave. Come on up to us. Yeah. Come on in. I know that the atmosphere can get kind of weird, can get kind of loopy, can change how you feel and all that stuff. Just come on up. We'll have a good talkie. I'm gonna believe almost anything that you say. I think with the 13, but we do have to like check it out. So if you have any outrageous lies to tell me why your appearance might have changed, I'll totally buy it. Probably.
I put on an outfit of a really hot brontosaurus, and all of us, the whole crew, we gained two. We found. We found two dinosaurs that are going to betray their planet, and then the other
Amazing.
two of us put on disguises for fun. We went to a party, and then they had a empty party, and they were like, "Oh, we're so sad. Let's go get drunk," and then we all.
You know what?
And then we all got a costume. Yeah,
Dave,
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
be honest.
going
That
with.
checks out for me 100%. I have no reason to look into this. That tracks.
All right, see you soon. Love you. Bye.
Oh my God, Dave! And then there's a cutoff as you think you sent Croissant's world reeling from how hot you were by saying "love you."
I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm just kidding. Two of you need to pretend to be spies, and two of you need to pretend to be aliens in disguise.
I volunteer as spy.
I can also be a spy. People trust me a lot, implicitly.
I
Right,
go
Weasel?
over to Princess, to the Princess, and I just say, "Thank you for your help. Never let me do that again."
And so, your ship docks. You're able to fly it in of your own accord, which means if you need to make a hasty exit, you can exit just as quickly. Crawling aboard onto the ship, you see the hallways are metallic and so sleek compared to the natural sort of design of the earth that you're from. Rocks normally have craggy surfaces. Everything in here is flat. You think if you were to roll a marble, it would probably go indefinitely if physics had nothing to say about it. Upon entry, you do see a standing on two legs, but they appear to be more kangaroo in sort of shape and style, sort of large kind of teeth. I'm so sorry. It's really hard for me to tell which one's Dave, because you're all wearing all these amazing disguises that I just cannot comprehend.
Dave's that one. That's my point.
Dave, your neck is looking so good these days.
Same
Anyway.
to you.
Oh, you see that his skin turns like a blue, which you think is probably his version of blushing. Oh, thank you. So we have a thing to do. Yeah. Let's get going. How's everyone else doing? You know, and he just begins leading you down the hallway as you're able to infiltrate successfully.
Actually, I have a really fun game.
I love games.
Who do you think we are? You know?
Yeah.
It's like we've been playing a little bit of hide and go seek, but then there were some costumes involved, and now, you know, it's time for you to, in the show and tell us who you think we are. Heads up 7 style.
Ooh, okay, I'm really bad at these games, so, like, don't be too mean if I get it wrong. Obviously, that's Dave, as he points towards Hohenheim. Clearly.
I mean, you're so good at it already.
Oh
you
my
know
God.
that's Dave.
Okay, that's Dave. Let's see, and if I recall correctly, you said two of you were spies, which would be, and he looks towards the other two, points at Princess Michael. Obviously, you're Brioche, my sister and confidant, as I am Croissant.
You know what? I thought that it was going to be a little bit harder for you to pick me out in the crowd, but, you know, we're sisters.
Yes, this is a great day for Croissant. And then, looks around at the three other people. Okay. Points at Stellara. Theobald, is that you?
Ooh, you were doing
No.
so well. Theobald's over there, and I point over the arrows.
Theobald, you're looking good.
Thanks. Thanks, Croissant. You look as delectable as your namesake.
Uh, okay. You guys really rizzed up down there, I guess. Okay, I wasn't. Okay.
I mean, how else
know,
were we going
hi.
to compete with Hot Dave?
Whoa. Okay, this is a lot for me to take in.
I heard you have a queen. Are her teeth as marvelous?
Her teeth are the most marvelous. They are the sharpest and most glistening of all the teeth of our kind. I understand you are new, you are a spy. The sharpest teeth get to rule. That is how our culture works.
I love this idea. As you might have noticed, my teeth are pretty sharp.
They're pretty sharp. They're pretty good. You could be like a count or a duke or duchess, whatever title you want to take.
I love the sound of that.
Thank you.
Take us to your queen.
I will. Oh my goodness. All right. I love the confidence that's just coming off of this whole crew. I've been listening to audiobooks about getting my confidence up. I just gotta listen to an audiobook of all you guys at this point as he's just walking down the hallway.
Oh my god, you've got this. I mean, I know you. You know, you're my sister of X amount of years for
Yeah.
X amount of galaxies that we've traveled through, and you've been putting in a lot of work, and I know that Mom and Pop, they don't always see eye to eye with you, but
They didn't show up to my X amount of years birthday, and that really hurt my feelings.
I know it was my birthday too. We're twins.
we aren't that twins. This is true. You're getting right on the money of all the facts about us. You're just stating common knowledge for us.
That's my favorite game. Even more favorite than Heads Up 7 Up. Common facts.
That is so true. That is so true. Anyway, us, we've been working for, a quimbop amount of years here at the ship, but we round up to X. The nearest X is how we all roll up to, but you know how it works when you and I split apart from each other, and there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna split in half again, and you're gonna split in half again, and there'll be brioche and croissant, and I am brioche and croissant. So if we die, no one ever has to feel morally bad about killing anybody, because we just replicate as we do. No one needs to feel like they know me and they feel bad about who I am and relate to me. I will continue to just respawn croissant forevermore. I have many layers, like my namesake.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to show the spies, how that works, if you want.
For sure. I will. It's a little. If you guys want to see me become two me's, I'll do it.
I mean, is it private? Should we like shield our eyes and like?
It's a bit private, but
check.
we're all
Okay.
buds.
Oh yeah, go off, I guess.
You see a ripple. The body splits in two, and then reforms, almost like when you take a water droplet and you split it in half with a straw. If anyone does that casually, it's just two water droplets now. They're a little smaller, and one person goes, "I'm brioche." And I'm croissant. Our voices are going to be a little different now because we are a little smaller, but we are still the same.
The science tracks.
I misunderstood. Just the human person misunderstood. Because now there's a real brioche.
There's a real brioche who just kind of waves a little. I'm so new, I don't know anything. So I'm just doing my best. As you realize, their memories do start over.
Thank God.
Now, let me tell you two about your personality, because you are me. I am your twin pre-split.
That checks out.
And she's just going to, take them one arm over each shoulder and just, whisper into their ears, telling them about themselves.
Make me a hot check, DC 6. I need to know if you're about to get more followers of a different kind.
Oh my god, we've started a cult.
We're starting.
I rolled a 10.
Oh my gosh, is that a blow up? You're on D12.
I'm on a D12.
Okay, they nod. Anything that you say they take as gospel. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. That's how we act all the time. Yeah, sure.
I'm definitely putting some anti-alien rhetoric in there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe don't harvest planetary cores. Don't be evil. That sort of thing. And they kind of nod going, evil has kind of been our core tenet. Just simple blanket statement. We're just going to be evil for evil's sake. And realizing maybe that's not the way to go.
I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so happy to be your sister.
Thanks, big sis. Well, technically now you're much bigger in size and, bigger because you're older for X amount of years. You're able to proceed down the hallway. Is anyone else doing anything as your two confidants, your two leaders of this hallway, are thoroughly distracted by Princess Michael?
Does there appear to be anything that looks like a core sipping silly straw?
I'm so glad you asked. Make me a wits check, DC 6. While you're doing that, Diana, you seem like you were about to say something as well.
Mostly just that Stellara is actively, as she passes every single doorway, trying to rub the chunk of iron that's still on her leg off and just like get it. You know, she wants to look nice and presentable for the queen.
I love that. Make me either a sneak or brawl check, DC 6.
Oh man, I'll do brawl. That sounds fun.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
You've never seen a planetary core style sippy straw, so you cannot seem to find one. Take a turbo token.
Hell yeah.
As
And I
you're
only
down
rolled
this
a
hall.
2.
You rolled a 2? Also take a turbo token. You're trying to rub it off. You're doing some nice gouge scratches, some good tagging on the side of this like hallway.
It's just clanging loudly and echoing down the hall.
The good news is Princess Michael is telling these two creatures who they are and what they're about, and so they're not noticing at all.
Just sweating profusely.
You arrive what would be the control room, and it is as you enter, the first thing you notice, I would say, is a large silly straw contraption, complete with crazy loop-de-loops in the center of the room. It appears that it is about to be deployed, but is currently being held. Standing in front of it, at about 8 feet tall, is what you would assume to be the queen. She is Icarus, as the rest of her people have been. But what's odd is that you see as her fingers seem to elongate onto the keypad itself. And as she moves, you see her body almost becomes a spider web of sorts and then reconfigures back into a more humanoid-like stance. Sure. Yeah.
Hey, your honor, how goes?
There is a heel turn. Ah, yes. Brioche, croissant, did you divide yourselves in the hallway? And they went, yeah, we wanted to show our big sister Brioche how it works. That one's Brioche, just points out to Princess Michael. They're wearing some fantastical disguises. You know how it is. They were saying there's no core down there. But you wanted to check and hear what their word for it was. You know how it goes. And she turns, looks at all of you. No core, you say? So, perhaps you can explain to me, as she points to a screen, why our servers indicate a luscious, juicy core in the center of this rock planet. Yeah, I said luscious and juicy. Those are our qualifiers.
Now, Dave might be able to speak to why it looks like we've been hacked. You know, he was actually the one that discovered the lack of the core down there. Those dinosaurs, I tell you what, they look big and stupid, but they're sneaky and smart. They've got a lot of brain space up in here.
I see. Dave, the head snaps, turns towards you. She moves forward, spiderwebbing and reconvening. There's a moment where she sees how tall you are, because she is 8 feet, which is much shorter than Brontosaurus. She holds her arms out, and you see Icar come up from the floorboards, and she grows to be as tall as you. Explain, Dave.
Apollo, how does it feel underneath that bus?
Hi, Apollo. I'm gonna pee myself. Well, Your Honor. Oh.
The German gets thicker the more nervous he gets.
My apologies to the nation of Germany, I think. To my 2 German friends, this is for you guys. It's like, well, Your Honor, we went down there and they were having a big core is gone, oh no, funeral party, but like a very Irish funeral, so everyone still ends up in a pub. So they were the readings, the speed of transmission is not that fast, so it's gone down there, but here it's still showing. If you let me go to the computer, I can update the readings for you,
Apollo.
madame, ma'am.
Apollo, I need you to know that this is a huge swing. You've been carrying forward on this white lie for so long. So I need you to understand and understand when I'm gonna want to hot check DC 20.
What the fuck?
You're trying to convince this woman that you're gaslighting this woman. You're gaslight gatekeeping and girl bossing this woman. That's a DC 20 hot
God
check.
forbid a dinosaur have hobbies. Do we have a reroll?
I don't know, actually. I don't believe so,
Okay.
but I could be proven incorrect.
Oh, we don't.
We do not.
No, we
Chat.
don't. Okay.
It's
Um,
$10.
Right,
Arrowways, get the
guys.
gun ready.
Does anybody have does anybody have 16 turbo tokens? 'Cause I rolled a
16?
4.
What is
I
a
rolled a
Apollo?
4. I rolled a 4 on the D8.
On the
All I need
D8,
are
so
16 turbo
you need
tokens.
4
Just to
to
blow
get to
up.
the 8.
Okay.
Blow up.
Look, I'm not good at math.
Yeah. I can donate too.
I can
will
also
I can
donate.
donate.
also donate
All
too.
right.
All right. So you've gotten up to 8, and thanks to the 2, you blow up. Roll a D10.
Okay, D10 hot.
Uh-huh.
That's a 10 on the D10.
Oh! 18.
So you just gotta roll a 2 on the D12.
Uh-huh.
Come on, the hottest brontosaurus. Let's
The
go.
hottest brontosaurus we've ever seen.
I'm not
Put
even
that-
gonna look.
Put the dip in Diplodocus. Let's go.
That's a 7.
Heyo.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey,
Worth it.
yo.
That's a 25.
25. I love when the teamwork makes the dream work. She pauses,
God.
nods. Perhaps these dinosaurs, as you refer to them as, are more deceptive and I guess sadder than I expected, considering their planetary core is now gone. Please show me on this computer device what the readings should be. Does anyone else have things to say and add to, as her head kind of snaps, looking at your 2 spies, the 2 other aliens?
You know, we're mostly just really sad about the absence of the core. You know, the funeral was pretty rough, and this is all very confusing, and, you know, I hate to inconvenience you, it's an inconvenience for us. We're happy to just, like, clarify things and get you on your way so we don't waste much more of your time or anything.
I see. How do you feel about diabolic evils?
I love them.
Oh, would you say that's most dinosaurs love diabolic evil? Is that a thing?
They should.
I agree. They should. Considering your planet is now coreless, and probably you're on the verge of planetary freezing and death. And I see a lot of myself in you as she gets smaller to your size. Perhaps we can adopt this dinosaur species, bring you to a more not colonization, that's not the word I'm looking for. A new home, as it were,
A
considering the fact that
civilization?
your home is going to die, from my understanding.
I would go with you to the land of the amazing teeth. However,
Yeah.
I think my friends here do have families and
Oh.
other loved ones that they don't want to abandon. And there's so many, and they are, as you see from Dave's new countenance, Dave's disguise, they are rather large. Not all of us are clearly. I'm not, but they can be large, and it's such a burden to keep all of them fed. And this area does not seem overly well. There doesn't seem to be a lot of foliage on the spaceship. Does your
That's true.
home planet have a lot of foliage?
Foliage is a new term that we are learning. We could learn to make it, but I'm gonna say that's a new concept for me. The queen of these aliens here.
I love the thought that they developed croissants, but not like agriculture.
Yeah, the reasonably gives you the question of how did they come up with croissant if they don't have foliage? They don't have wheat. How does that work? There's kind of a discerning nod.
I mean, dramaturgically, they're an assimilative culture, so they
True.
take what they like from each place. So they might have liked croissants and not trees.
They
True.
just haven't figured
So
out
they
croissants
colonized
yet.
France, and they were like, "We're taking your croissants." But
I think they showed up to France and went,
We'll
"Oh,
do
this
that
is
one.
nice. Yeah, we're gonna learn how to make these." Their import and export market is insane.
They took croissants, but not the French accent. I respect that.
No, they were like, we'll leave that. We'll leave that alone. There was a pause, kind of a nod. All may join us, as I think we are cut from the same cloth. These dinosaurs and us. As you realize, there's a very interesting window here that you all have. First of all, you realize that these aliens can be taught. They can be taught that evil is not the way. As you look at little brioche and little croissant, as they learn from what they believe bigger brioche. And it's a very interesting opportunity here. Apollo, can I get that tech check as you are hacking into a system? DC
let's
7,
go.
because it would have been DC 10, we subtract 3.
This is 7 on the D10.
Mm-hmm.
That is an 8 on the die.
8 on the die. You're in. It's Hoenn time.
It's
As you...
it's time.
The screen flashes. It shows core's gone. Core got sucked up. Core evaporated. It's unfortunate. It was gone before you got here.
I'm gonna edit in a bunch of like, I'm gonna open up Alien Photoshop, not even Alien Canva.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna open up Alien Canva, and I'm gonna take the PNGs with the like still backgrounds that they have when it's not really a PNG when they lie to you. And I'm gonna put in a bunch of tiny little straws and be like, well, you see the dinosaurs to get big, drank up the core, and now they're all going to die. Maybe.
That's so tragic. That's honestly, I'm so moved by this. And there is a moment where the queen kind of coalesces in on herself, giving you all sort of a moment here as you think that she is thinking and moved by your imaginary plight.
I am gonna make eye contact real quick with everyone. I'm going to look at the two that split themselves in half, and she's turned away, so I'm going to say very quietly, do you think that I could make the queen do that? And then we send her on a mission, and then but she split, and then we make happy aliens.
Croissant and brioche kind of nod. The DM will also nod if there is a corresponding corrective check to convince this woman to split herself in half.
Queen, I feel so awful for those poor, pitiful, dumb dinosaurs. Now, what if, hear me out, because I just like to split myself with croissant, what if you split yourself real quickly so we could still talk to you here, but then you could go and just tell those ding-dong little dinosaurs that they needed to not drink up the core of their planet. That sounds like a good use of our time, right? Not only are we educating, but you could also see for yourself just how pitiful that planet was.
And I could truly learn about how they got so big and impressive. Even though, yes, it is very unfortunate their core is gone. I don't know, though. Maybe roll me a hot check. I'm gonna say there's been a lot of legwork done by the team so far. This will have lowered the DC. DC 8.
It's a 12 on the die, and
Hey,
it is my 12.
D20, baby. D20.
So... And I rolled another 12. That's very weird. 24.
24! There's a momentary pause. And without saying a word, you see her body splits in two. As you just go, I am the princess! And I am also now the princess!
Oh, that's so strange, because I don't see your crowns, girls. Were you just born? Are you playing dress up? And I, tap my crown on my head and
Which
say, because I'm actually the princess.
Jess! Oh my god! And they look at
Am
the
I
crown.
kidnapping an entire race of aliens?
Yes.
I'd say it's kidnapping
This
if
is a
they don't
clue?
volunteer for it. You do see they look up at the sharp points of your crown. They look at their sharp points, which are now much smaller because they are now smaller. And there's just this moment across their face, and everyone else, like, there's people who've been working on computers on the ship, people have been like pulling mysterious levers, all pause, turn. There's, we have to have a huddle. And they all converge together. Whisper, 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 whisper. And a beat. There is the sound of trumpets. There is the sound of gongs. There is the sound of bells. Confetti falls from the ceiling. We are but smaller princesses, but we see sharper teeth on Brioche, who is now our queen. All hail Queen Brioche!
The
As they
snakes
all-
are
perfectly writhing and wriggling. And here's the beautiful thing about being queen that's made very clear to you. You now own a ship. You can now command this fleet of ichor-based creatures, as you are now their queen with the sharpest teeth. That is how monarchy works in this society.
How many coconuts do you think that this thing would sell for?
At least 2.
That's not a lot. Okay, well maybe we just, have them come down and we just teach these aliens how to be good. Does that sound fun to y'all?
I'm down.
Amazing. This is, not what I thought was going to happen this morning when I woke up.
You are able to bring the ship in for a landing in like an appropriate location. It lands. All these little ichor beings sort of run out of the ship, and here's my question to all of you: as you have the opportunity to teach a group of aliens a new way of life, as you're able to convince all of them to split, restarting their memories over, what do you teach this group of people who are realizing that you know more than they do?
I would like to link up one with Gunter before they split.
love
I specifically want to I want to find the alien that like presses the button on the alien abductions.
Yeah.
And I want to link Gunter with this alien to so he can learn. Maybe they can have like a symbiote relationship and
Yes.
live together as one. That is my
Uh,
gift to him.
They put their heads together, and the one goes, so the first thing you need to know about kidnapping is, he goes, here we go, I'm gonna reach my full potential. As you begin working your own kidnappers, you ask, what is this alien's name who is so good at kidnapping? His name is Bowser, ironically enough. As Gunter and Bowser put their heads together, put it away, Apollo, put their heads together and are getting better at abductions. Good for them. I love that. Is there any other teachings, or do you want to popcorn it over to another people with another clutch of aliens to teach?
Yeah, I know that my good friends have a lot of things that they want to teach these aliens as well. So I will cede the floor.
I'm gonna teach. Oh, I'm so sorry. You go.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I'm gonna get a little gaggle of them, like a school, one might say, and I'm gonna teach them the joys of flight and the love of the sky.
I love that. You have what I guess would be best referred to as like a Blue Angels fleet
Yes.
of these symbiotes, as you take through the sky, and you just see, we cut to the ground, Tarnation, Von Thunderclap saying, going, gosh darn it, you done it again, Arrow Ace, you glorious son of a bitch. Bless you. As you take over the skies, you are the eye in the sky, the maverick,
Yes.
one might say. Brilliant. Beautiful. Who you popcorning to next?
Chrissy.
Okay, I think Iggy does 2 things. One, she has them become essentially little target practice. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen The Swan Princess, but how the prince has his little friend doing the target practice run. She has them doing that whenever they're bored and they just want a thrill of a chase. But then also has them on days when she wants to steal some eggs from a nest or just do some heist. They have extra sets of as many hands as they want, it seems. So, extra sets of claws. And yeah.
You become one of the most infamous troublemaker gangs as you are doing a heist, causing all kinds of trouble. Infamous throughout history and time. Perfect.
And then I guess I'm gonna popcorn it over to Diana.
Yeah, Stellara almost immediately is going to lead a gaggle of aliens over to her plans, and she goes, "Look, they don't look like that much on the ground, but like once you get back up there, you know, it will look like a lot of really cool angles and things like that, and like a tower that is legally distinct from one that may or may not be, and yeah, and some archways, some cool buildings. I'm thinking maybe we can get like an airport going. You guys have hands, right?"
A few of them slink up to the trees, take a look down at the plans, and go, "Yeah, maybe it'd be better if you showed us." As two of them go onto your dinosaur hands and give you thumbs to build what you've always imagined.
Ah! Oh! Okay. And she is going to set to work drawing up like proper plans and getting proper construction going.
Ah! Absolutely amazing! And I believe, lastly but not leastly, Hohenheim. You're muted also.
I had to cough up a half lung. Remember at the end of the first Black Panther film where,
Yeah.
where they go to just some city and they're like, the first Wakandan outreach center? That's what I'm doing.
Are you going into space and making an outreach center, or are you doing it on Earth?
Absolutely the hell not. I'm staying on Earth. I have a gaggle of symbiotic aliens, and I have them in my little lab, and I have each of them trying out my concoctions. One of them has grown wings, another has like a tail, another one is reciting full Shakespeare. One of them is going through the horrors. They're just kind of all going through it a little bit, and and then I am piece by piece dismantling their ship as we know that I do it this way because I don't have to. I'm biting their ship apart.
I love it.
And then and then putting it back together, and I'm having Dante take notes. And, yeah, and I'm having Dante take notes.
Yeah.
And then I just turned to him at one point. I take it. Oh, so what is our deal? What are?
I mean, I've always looked up to you and admired you, and I mean, I kind of always wanted to put the ball in your court. Personally, whatever you were comfortable with. I'm just a low to the ground guy. You're a tall guy. I don't know if it could work out, but I'd be down to try. I can't look up very well, but I look up to you all the time.
He doesn't have the vertebrae for it. He really doesn't have the vertebrae.
I really don't.
I'm gonna call out to one of the aliens. I'm gonna be like, "You, can you be Stilts?"
That's my name, sir! And gets Dante up on stilts. He is now... imagine a crocodile with long legs. That's Dante now.
And then I just like, this could work. This could work.
As we take a moment, we pan. The sun rises and falls, millions of years into the future. A future where dinosaurs continue to roam the earth with high evolution technologies, going to the stars, and teaching kindness. Because truly, we could all use a little bit more of that. And that, my friends, was Never Stop Blowing Up. Please give a hand to the amazing players.
But can we also give a hand to the amazing GM, because that was so good.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Friends, before we slink away into the day to live our non-dinosaur lives, how about we tell the people who we are and where they can find us? Diana, let's start with you.
Sure. Oh my god, it's always so long when I do this. Hi, I am Diana Faye, also known as Diana the Rose. I am a tabletop gaming content creator that primarily specializes in short forms. You can find me over on TikTok, Reels, Shorts, things like that. But I do also create long form content on YouTube once a month when I remember, give or take. Plus, I'm a streamer. Recently, a new member of the Women's Guild, and then also an existing member of both the Pride Guild and the Latin Guild. So you can catch me if you're watching on Twitch right now over at twitch.tv/Diana the Rose. And then beyond all that, I am also a model, a social media like content creation consultant. Oh my gosh, host of a podcast known as Worlds Apart, which I'm gonna run off and film like right after this. And yeah, that's me at Diana the Rose. Oh yeah, the popcorn thing. John.
I always get popcorn first.
Oh,
Hello.
sorry.
That's all right. I'm John. He's they and any pronouns. I am a theater artist and administrator in New York City primarily. But I also I like float from guest stream to guest stream occasionally. I don't particularly have any streaming homes, but I love showing up on them. So please invite me. I love playing. I also co-host a podcast with the lovely Dylan H. Ford called Between Two Gays. We've got 2 episodes out. And another one releasing in a week. What else do I do? I don't know. I exist. I float. I shit post on Blue Sky. And I'll see y'all around. I will popcorn it to Chrissy.
Hi, hello. I'm Chrissy in color, she, they pronouns, and I'm a dice roller, dirty joke maker, and I occasionally get asked to do little amazing little streams like this where I get to have fun with my friends and make new friends. And this has been incredible. Thank you for inviting me. Holy shit. And with that, I'm gonna popcorn over to Apollo.
Hello there. I didn't see you come in. My name is Apollo. I'm an Irish content creator, voice actor, and TTRPG. Wait, no, not content creator. That's usually not on the list. Wait. Hello there. Didn't see you come in. My name is Apollo. I'm an Irish cosplayer, voice actor, and TTRPG performer / content creator. You can find me online at Tall Nerd Apollo. Listen, you're gonna go to a social media, right? You're gonna go to the search bar. You're gonna put in the words Tall Nerd Apollo. If my face doesn't show up, I'm not there, and I'm so sorry, but that's just how it is. Right now, I'm online sporadically because I am in the trenches of academia. But once I am freed from my prison, I will be back doing more consistent short form, and I have so many video essays scripted about mythology and its adaptation in pop culture media, including some of your favorite TTRPGs and how we can learn from the storytelling traditions there. So keep an eye out for those whenever they come out. I've been talking about them for like a year. At this stage, look, they'll come out when they come out. Thank you so much for having me. It's been I don't know what I've done tonight. I feel like I'm gonna watch the VOD. I've been live tweeting this to my friend, being like, I just did this. I'm gonna read this back and be like, what? I texted my mom during the break. I'm a dinosaur flying a spaceship, and she said, I thought you had a tank. I was like, oh, that's a different game. Don't ask me questions. Thank you so much for having me. It's been great. I'm a popcorn at you. Reed.
Hey there, Reed. Reed here, pronouns she, her. You can find me at Reed's Books on, I think, all the content sites. But more importantly, you can also find me at StoryQuest, where we drop episodes once a month on Twitch and once a month on YouTube. Currently, our first season is Supernova, which is a spell jammer season. Come see us be wacky adventurers in space trying to restore the sun. I'm a content creator, I'm a producer, and I love doing TTRPG content as well. And I'm so grateful I got to play with y'all today. That's Reed's Books and StoryQuest.
Well, yeah, and then I will take us home. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. This was so much fun. I don't think most of us had played this game before, so this was wild and wacky and fun. And thank you for all of your donations to help us make it even more wacky, wild, and fun. We raised $875 for Trans Lifeline, and we still have 3 more streams. So make sure that you come back either on YouTube or Twitch tomorrow at 12 Pacific Daylight Time, where we're going to be playing 10 Candles. Rara is going to have a little bit of a twist on the game, so make sure you check that out on Monday. I want to say at 4:30 DT will be playing Sagas. It's going to be a dimension jumping game. It's either 4:30 or 5. And then on Wednesday of this coming week, we'll be playing a Dungeons and Dragons game with some folks from the 20 Sided Tavern. In that game, it's a continuation of a charity stream we did in January where we accidentally turned our colleague Barb into a pumpkin, and this time we're going to depumpkinify her. If you are interested in keeping up to date with the charitable things that I have coming on, follow me on my Substack, which is charitytrpgs.substack.com. And then I also wanted to let everyone know that there is a trans rights bundle that's happening on itch.io right now. Aru Dickey is kind of organizing that. There's no kind of, don't know why I said that qualifier in there. He is organizing that. There's like 450 different TTRPGs in this bundle for a donation of $5. Like, you can give more, but it's $5. So go and check that out. And with that being said, thanks again for watching. Be safe out there. Connect with your trans homies. Let them know that you have their back. Donate to mutual aid. Donate to trans rights organizations. And just do what you can to take care of yourself and to take care of your community. Bye.